From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny.
Who dat?
George Reed.
Well, Merry Christmas, George.
Is it?
Oh, what's the matter?
You ever hear of Jediah Gillis?
Eccentric? Owns about half of Rhode Island?
That's the boy. A couple of weeks ago, he wrote a special policy on an item he wanted insured.
And it's up and disappeared, huh?
How'd you know?
Oh, just a wild guess. What did he lose?
I hope you're sitting down, Johnny.
Yeah? Why?
Because the insured item is a mouse.
House?
Mouse.
What?
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, American Branch Office, 443 North 15th Street, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the missing mouse matter. Expense account item 1, 85 cents. Taxi from my apartment to George Reed's office. He was on his feet waiting for me. His Ivy League suit looked as though it had been slept in, and he needed a shave.
Close the door, Johnny.
Yeah, sure.
Johnny, I'm going to level with you. This thing has me going.
Well, it serves you right. Anybody who'd insure a mouse deserves what he gets.
Yeah, but it isn't an ordinary mouse, Johnny.
No?
Not according to Mr. Gillis's original application. Yeah, take a look.
Item to be insured. One unusually talented grayish-brown mouse. Unusually talented? Like how?
I don't know.
What?
I tried to find out, but Gillis wouldn't tell me.
And still you issued the policy.
You know our company, Johnny. We have a reputation for insuring almost anything, but we have to draw the line occasionally, and we would have here, except for one thing.
What's that? And believe me, it better be good.
It is. Gillis carries all of his insurance with us.
Yeah, but even so.
Just one of his several policies is a straight life for $350,000.
Wow, king-size premiums, huh?
Exactly. So when he called asking us to insure this fellow's mouse for a few weeks...
Wait a minute. Gillis doesn't own it?
No.
Well, who does?
It belongs to a friend of his, a man named Glazer. He's spending the holidays with Gillis. Gillis didn't want to be responsible if something happened to Glazer's mouse while he's there, so he asked us to write the policy.
How much did you insure it for?
All the company would allow, $5,000.
Oh, now, George, you think I want to get all worked up over a lousy $5,000 loss? What kind of a commission can I possibly make on that?
Look, give me a chance to finish, will you?
All right, but only because it's Christmas.
All right. Late last night, I received a call from Gillis. He wanted to know whom we considered the best investigator in this part of the country. When I told him, he told me about the mouse and insisted I send you up to help look for it.
No, George, I'm sorry, but I'm going to pass. I've handled some screwy cases in my time, but this is...
Please wait till I finish, will you? I told Gillis you wouldn't be interested. That's when he started putting on the squeeze.
Squeeze? How do you mean?
He said if I didn't get you, he'd cancel his policy.
Oh, come on. You don't believe that, do you?
I don't know what to believe. Gillis is a screwball of the first water. We've known that for a long time, and frankly, I'd rather not take a chance.
Well, you've got to.
Maybe not. I've received an okay from upstairs. On this one, you can write your own ticket.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place?
You didn't give me a chance. Look, there's a train for Providence at 3:30. Here's Gillis's address. He wants you to stay with him.
That'll cost more, Georgie.
It figures. Merry Christmas, Johnny.
Same to you, Santa Claus. Expense account item 2, 85 cents. Cab fare back to my apartment. I was intrigued by what George had told me and by what his company was going to add to my bank account, so I didn't really mind changing my plans for the holidays. Expense account item 3, $18.90. Transportation, including a round-trip ticket, Hartford to Providence, and cab fare out to the Gillis residence. Palace would be a better word for it. It stood in the middle of a large wooded park. Must have been half a dozen acres, all of it surrounded by an old-fashioned iron fence. I dismissed the cab and had started toward the front door when it opened. And standing against the light, watching me, was a tall, beautiful girl.
Careful of the steps.
What?
The steps, they're icy.
Oh, thanks.
We've been expecting you, Mr. Dollar. Hi.
Well, hi.
Mr. Glazer and Father are in the library. Would you like to meet him now or wait till after you're settled?
I'm afraid I'd better see them right away, Miss Gillis.
Marion, Johnny. Well, come along. You know, for the first time, I'm glad I came home for the holidays.
Home from where?
New York. Here we are. You'll have to come visit me, Johnny. Maybe I'll do something drastic, like losing a mouse to guarantee it.
Marion, I told you to keep that door closed.
Oh, Mr. Dollar's here, Father.
Oh, well, have him come in. Yes, by all means, have him come in.
See you later, Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, Dollar, glad you finally got here. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, sir.
This is my friend and associate, Bert Glazer.
Hiya, Mr. Glazer.
Bertie and his pals, Mr. Dollar.
Beg pardon?
My dog act. You investigators are supposed to have good memories. I hoped you might have caught us at some time or other.
No, afraid not.
Oh, would you like to have a drink, Mr. Dollar?
No, thanks. Now, suppose
I got anything you want to drink. I got an eggnog, hot buttered rum.
Well, maybe later. Right now, I'd like to hear the details of your loss.
You mean that insurance agent didn't give you all the information?
He didn't know it all, Mr. Gillis. All he did know was that a so-called talented mouse
So-called?
has disappeared.
So-called. And he hasn't disappeared either, not at all. He's been kidnapped, that's what.
Kidnapped, yes, sir, and we know who did it, too.
And why? We know why, too.
And it's your job to get him back, Dollar.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
And I'm not going to pay 1 red cent for ransom. Not 1 cent.
Not 1 cent.
Okay. But what makes you so sure the mouse was kidnapped?
Well, I'm afraid I can't tell you that without Bert's permission.
Well, Mr. Glazer?
Well, if we tell you, we must have your solemn promise you won't repeat it to anybody until Christmas Day.
Well, I'm not sure I can do that.
If you can't, we don't open our mouths.
Right.
Well,
Okay, till Christmas Day.
good. Dollar, suppose I told you Gulliver was worth at least $50,000.
Gulliver?
The missing mouse.
Oh,
You'd be surprised if I said he was worth that much?
depends. You claim he's talented. Does that have something to do with this valuation you put on him?
Something. Oh, it has everything to do with it.
Yes, sir.
Well, what does Gulliver do that other mice can't?
Nothing. But it's how he does it that counts.
How he does what?
Sings.
What?
Can't you hear the man, Miss Della? Can't you hear him? Gulliver sings. He carries a tune. You know.
With the clarity of a clarion, the fervor of a female opera star, and the tone of a tenor. That's how we plan to bill him.
I see.
But he doesn't believe us.
Oh, no, wait. I didn't say that.
There's no need to. We can tell by your face. Can't we, Bert?
But a mouse.
Mr. Dollar, it is a scientific fact that mice sing.
Mice sing.
Well-known magazines have published articles proving it. Unfortunately, most of them sing in a scale too high for human hearing. But not Gulliver.
Well, not Gulliver.
Yeah, that's right. He's a basso.
A basso.
By mousy standards, that is. Oh, no. No, Bert, he still doesn't believe us.
Very well, Jedediah, there is only one thing to
There's
do.
only one thing to do.
You follow us, Dollar. We'll erase the doubt in your mind forever.
I took a good look at Bert Glazer, then reluctantly followed the two of them out of the library and down a long hall. At the moment, this thing had all the earmarks of a good old-fashioned con game. Or better still, a benefit on behalf of Bert Glazer with Josiah Gillis and Floyd's of England as the sole cash contributors. We wandered for what seemed like blocks through the old mansion and finally reached a large playroom. On top of one of the billiard tables was a small brass cage. In it were 2 small grayish-brown mice. Glazer opened the cage and let them out.
Mr. Dollar, allow me to present Hecuba and Esmeralda.
Oh, how do you do? I suppose they sing too.
Oh, they certainly do. But not nearly as well as Gulliver. Just don't have the instrument, you know.
Instrument?
The voice, Dollar, the voice, the vocal cords.
Oh, yeah, I see. But, now, where did you keep Gulliver?
In here with the others. Bert didn't want to separate them.
That's right. I originally started to make the 3 of them into a singing, trio, like the Andrews sisters. But Gulliver advanced so rapidly, I decided he should be a soloist.
Oh, sure.
You aren't afraid of mice, Mr. Dollar?
No.
No, well, that's fine. They sense it if you are, you know. It upsets them.
Upsets them. All right, now, Hecuba, move over a bit. Give Esmeralda some room. That's it. Now, up on your haunches. Up, Esmeralda. There we are. Now, what would you like to hear, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, anything at all?
Oh, Bert, how about my favorite, huh? Over the Waves.
Good. Yeah, you got it, Esmeralda? Over the waves. That's it, Hecuba. All ready then? Good. That'll be fine. Ready now? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's it. Oh, beautiful, Esmeralda. Beautiful. Yeah.
Well, I won't say I was convinced, but I won't say I wasn't. But I will say those mice were singing something, or giving a mighty good imitation of it. We returned to the library, and this time I sampled the eggnog liberally.
Is that all right, Dollar?
Oh, fine, thanks.
Well, Dollar, you know now why we believe Gulliver was kidnapped?
Well, I'm not sure.
To exploit him. What else?
Exactly.
You have any idea who did it?
Harry McQueen, that's who.
McQueen.
Who's McQueen?
Used to be my agent.
Theatrical agent?
Uh-huh.
He's been snooping around here lately, Johnny. We figure he's gotten wind of our mice.
What do you mean by snooping around, Mr. Gillis?
Oh, you know, he's been out here twice this week wanting to see me.
Had to kick him out of here yesterday morning.
How'd he get in?
Well, my daughter answered the door.
Yes.
She didn't know McQueen from Adam. So when he asked for me, she figured he belonged in here, rehearsing the show with the rest of us.
Rehearsing what show, Mr. Gillis?
What show? The show for the Children's Hospital.
Jodiah puts one on for the sick kids every Christmas Eve.
Of course.
You know, Dollar, variety act, a Santa Claus. This year, though, we got a radio hookup. Go all over the state. And Gulliver, well, he was going to headline.
And that's why I sent for you, Dollar. I figured you can get him back by tomorrow afternoon if anybody can.
How long was McQueen in here before you noticed him?
Long enough to lift Gulliver.
This was our dress rehearsal, Dollar. We'd asked some of the kids from around the neighborhood in to watch, so it was pretty crowded.
Where were the mice during the rehearsal?
Well, that's where I made my mistake.
What do you mean?
We were keeping them a secret till the real show.
Well, where were they?
In their cage, over there on the mantel.
Now, we were using this part of the room for the stage, so McQueen could have just reached in and taken Gulliver without us seeing him.
Now, what makes you so sure McQueen did it?
We told you.
Besides, who else would want him?
Who else? And it was right after I kicked him out of here that I discovered Gulliver was missing.
What'd you do then?
I called off the rehearsal and started searching for him.
McQueen?
Big Gulliver.
And I put in a telephone call to the Providence house where McQueen was staying.
Did you talk to him?
Nope. They said he checked out.
After questioning them for a while, I finally had a nightcap with Jediah, then went to the phone in the hall and made some calls, including one to George Reed.
Well, how's it going, Johnny?
It's not. That's why I'm calling. Look, they think a theatrical agent named Harry McQueen stole the mouse. He has offices in Boston and New York. I placed a person-to-person call to both offices, but with tomorrow Christmas Eve, he might not get the message.
So, what do you want me to do?
Find out his home number. Ask him to call me here.
Okay. Anything else? Hello? Johnny? Johnny, you there?
Yeah. And so is a cat.
What?
A big yellow cat.
What's so unusual about that?
Oh, nothing. Except he's got a grayish-brown mouse between his two front paws.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment. You can't buy happiness by the pound or the yard, but you can have it by the hour with no strings attached every Monday through Friday evening and each Saturday in the daytime when the Robert Q. Lewis Show is on the air. Join him and his fun-loving gang 5 nights a week and Saturdays in the daytime on most of these same stations. Now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Missing Mouse Matter.
I was standing in the hall of Jediah Gillis's home looking at a big yellow cat that had a mouse between its two front paws. As far as I was concerned, a mouse is a mouse, and this one could be Gulliver. I cut short my phone conversation with George Reed, then started toward the cat. Here, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Nice, kitty. Pretty kitty.
Mama,
Here, kitty.
Mama, where are you?
Here, kitty, kitty. That's a good kitty. Now, kitty, let me have the little mouse.
Mama, you naughty cat, where... Oh,
This cannibal belonged to you, Marion?
yes, I promised Father I'd... What do you mean, cannibal?
Take a look.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. And he's very, very dead.
Oh, you don't think it's Gulliver, do you?
Well, Mr. Glazer will have to identify him. And if he is, Well, that's that.
Oh, no, Johnny.
What do you mean?
Oh, Johnny, please, you don't have to tell him, do you?
Well, sure. If it's Gulliver, this thing's cleared up. If it's not, your Rama gets a reward for being a good mouser.
Oh, Johnny, please. Dad almost had a fit when I arrived here with Rama. He made me promise to keep him in my room.
This the only time he's been out?
Well, no.
Oh.
He was out for a little while yesterday while they were rehearsing. I didn't notice he was gone till after lunch.
Then the corpse could be Gulliver's.
Oh, Johnny, if it is, there's nothing we can do about it now. And if you tell my father, besides making him angry, it'll break his heart.
All right. I won't say anything until tomorrow night.
Oh, thanks, Johnny. Night.
Good night. Christmas Eve morning came cold, crisp, and clear. The Gillis grounds were covered with new fallen snow, and the trees were heavy with icicles, giving the whole place the look of a winter wonderland. I dressed and went down to join Gillis and Bert Glazer at breakfast. I was on my third strawberry when the phone started to ring.
Yeah. You expecting a call, Dollar?
Yeah, matter of fact, I am.
Yeah, and you'd better answer it. If it's somebody at the broadcast station for me, tell them I'll be at the Children's Hospital at noon. They can call me there.
Right. Hello?
Johnny Dollar?
Speaking.
Look, I don't know what's going on down there or why you're going to pester me about it.
Who is this?
Harry McQueen, who did you think?
Well, I wasn't sure.
Well, your friend Reed got me out of bed this morning, Dollar. He told me you wanted to ask me some questions about a mouse that's missing from Jediah Gillis's place.
Hey, that's right. What do you know about it?
Well, I've done a lot of pilfering in my time. I've taken towels from hotels from Maine to Miami and Seattle to Bridgeport. But I never had to stoop so low as to steal a mouse from any hotel, garbage dump, trap, or field. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly. Except for one thing.
Yeah?
This particular mouse was a performer.
Was a what?
He was trained, did tricks.
Still doesn't interest me.
Well, then why were you trying to see Mr. Gillis?
To get some of my people on his Christmas show. Anything wrong with that?
No.
There'll be a lot of publicity about it. Would have done him a lot of good.
And you're sure you weren't interested in the mouse?
Look, Dollar, when I went into this business 18 years ago, I swore then I'd never handled kids, belly dances, or animal acts.
But you handled Bert Glazer's dog act.
Is what?
Dog act. Bertie and his
Oh,
pals.
somebody's feeding you a line, Dollar. That act was Bill Bertie and his pal, and the pal is a dummy. Glazer's a top-notch ventriloquist. He's a master. You hear me, Dollar?
Yeah, Harry. I hear you fine. I had to do some thinking, so I put on my coat and went outside for a walk around that wooded park. What I had just learned about Glazer confirmed what my instinct, my common sense, had been telling me all along. Except for one thing. The performance given by Hecuba and Esmeralda the night before. If Glazer had been doing the singing for those two mice, he was a master ventriloquist. Which was exactly what Harry McQueen said he was. I'd started back toward the house, wondering if I should get Jediah aside now and tell him or wait until after the show, when something soft and cold hit me on the back of the head. Hey!
Sorry, Johnny, I couldn't
Oh.
resist such a serious target. Anything new?
Well, if you mean have I found Gulliver, the singing mouse, no.
Dad told me to tell you if Gulliver does turn up before 1:15, rush him over to the hospital.
Yeah, sure. But I think that's extremely unlikely.
You think Rama got him, don't you?
If he did, he got a very ordinary mouse. He didn't get one that sings.
I'm afraid I lost you.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, now I wonder what he wants.
Who?
That boy on the porch.
Oh, well, if this was Hartford, I'd say he was the paper boy coming around to collect.
Well, it's not Hartford, and he's not a paper boy because Dad doesn't subscribe to anything but Fortune.
Oh, well, then he's selling something.
Well, if he is, he's not going to give us a chance to buy any. Johnny, looks like we scared him off.
That's funny.
Hey! Hey, come back!
He sure tore out of here when he saw us.
Wonder what he wanted.
Do you suppose he was one of the kids they invited in to see the dress rehearsal?
Well, if he was, what would he be doing back here today?
I don't know. Let's take a look around. We found it in the playroom, near where Gulliver's cage had been. It was a roundish metal clamp, the kind a boy wraps around his trouser leg when he's riding a bike. I was about to call the hospital and ask Jediah for a list of all the kids they'd invited to the rehearsal when the front doorbell rang.
Johnny, it's that boy again.
Better let me get in. Hi.
Hi. I was over here to see the show the other day.
Oh?
Yeah. You see it?
No, I wasn't here then.
Oh. Jeez. Sure is cold, ain't it?
Yeah, sure is. Oh, why don't you come in and get warm?
Oh, no, that's okay.
No, come on. Nobody's here.
No? Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure, come on.
I don't want to bother nobody, you know. I was just riding by and I thought I'd stop and tell old man Gillis what a swell show they put on.
You really liked it, huh?
Yeah. All except for that Santa Claus.
Oh? What was wrong with him?
Nothing. Just that, well, who believes in all that smushy kid stuff?
Kids, I guess. How old are you,
Bobby Neves.
How old are you, Bobby?
Almost 11.
Well, being that old, I can understand why you weren't impressed with the Santa Claus.
All that other stuff, too. You know, like giving presents and singing those hymns and junk like that. You gotta cut it out when you start growing up.
You sure do, boy.
Yeah. You know, you and my mom, you get along just fine.
Oh?
Yeah. She feels about Christmas. She feels about Christmas just like you and me do.
All right.
Yeah. Boy, this log fire sure makes your eyes smart, don't it?
Yeah, it sure does. Where do you live, Bobby?
Crosstown, Scully Avenue.
Well, how'd you happen to be over here the other day?
Well, I was riding my bike when I saw this dog. Well, gee, he was... Anyhow, when I tried to catch him, he ran from me. I followed the silly mutt clear over here.
You ever catch him?
No. I was about to when this man hollered and asked me if I wanted to see a free show. So I came in.
I see. Well, you must like dogs a lot, huh?
Sure.
You got one?
Used to have when my pop was with us, but we can't have no pets where we're living now.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. You know that poem?
Which one?
You know, about all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse?
Yeah?
Well, that fits our place. Especially now.
How do you mean?
Well, I didn't think he'd miss it, you know. Man with a house as big as this one and all. So when I saw this cute little fella up in that cage, well, I didn't really mean to take him on holding me, but when he got under my sweater and was real quiet, like he liked me, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, Bobby. I know.
But I got to thinking and decided to bring him back. So would you give him to the old man, to Mr. Gillis for me, please?
No? I think you'd better do that yourself.
Oh, no, please. He might be awful mad at me by now.
No, Bobby. In fact, you're going to get a reward.
Yeah?
Word of honor. Now, what do you say we go down where Mr. Gillis is putting on that Christmas show and see it? Okay?
Oh, sure.
Bobby.
Yeah?
Did you notice anything unusual about this mouse?
Yeah, I sure did.
What was it?
He got some white on his right hind foot.
Expense account item 4, $1.60. Cab fare from the Gillis residence to the Children's Hospital for Marion, Bobby, and myself. Inside, we followed the sound of children laughing and reached the auditorium. Marion found a seat among the nurses, and I took Bobby backstage. When Jediah saw Gulliver, his face lit up like one of the trees he'd had delivered to the war.
Oh, Gulliver! By golly. I knew if anybody could do it, you could, Dollar.
I didn't do a thing, Mr. Gillis. All the credit goes to Bobby.
Oh, to Bobby. Well, I'll speak to you after the show, young man.
Yes, sir.
Bert, look, he's back. So glad to go, my stout Gulliver. Oh, I do declare I have never been so glad to see a person before.
You better hurry, Bert. He's scheduled to go on in just a minute.
Oh, he will.
Well, I'll go check on the microphone when everything be just so. Don't go away, Dollar.
No, he won't. Bobby, why don't you sit over there where you can see the stage?
Yes, sir.
Bert, you think Gulliver will sing today?
I know he will. Oh, get ready, Gulliver.
But that boy had Gulliver all day and all night, and he didn't sing once.
Ah, did the boy ask him to?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the first time in the world, one of the wonders of the world, Gulliver, the singing mouse.
Hey, Mr. Dollar, can that mouse really sing?
That is what we're going to find out, Bobby.
Exciting, isn't it, Dollar?
Sure is, Mr. Gillis.
All right, thank you, folks. Thank you. Thank you. And now for Gulliver's first number, he'd like to sing with... what's that, Gulliver? I see. Uh-huh. He's going to sing Jingle Bells, but he wants me to get off stage so everybody will know it's really him doing it and not me. Thank you.
Is he all right, Bert? Oh, fine, fine. Just feeling his out.
Well, why doesn't he start?
He's going to. Listen. Well, Dollar.
Now I have seen everything.
Me too. Gee.
Bert Glazer had a logical answer for having lied about his old vaudeville act. He knew I wouldn't believe the mice could really sing if I'd known he was a ventriloquist. And you know, well, after all, yet sometimes... Expense account total, including cab fare, Hartford Station to my apartment, $38.20. As for my separate and additional fee, as agreed upon before I took this matter, well... There's a boy named Bobby Neves who lives on Scully Avenue over in Providence. See that he gets it, huh? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will tell you about next week's story in just a moment. Meantime...
Hey, Dan, I'll make a deal with you.
Oh?
Let me have the mic for a second, then you can tell them about next week's story.
By all means, be my guest.
All right. I just don't want to pass up a chance to do two things. First, well, Pam and Eric and Fran, Mr. and Mrs. Froelich, Helen, Will, Scotty, all the rest of you nice people who've written in to tell us how much you like the program. Thanks. I really appreciate hearing from you, and believe me, I'll answer your letters just as quickly as I can. Second, well, I'm sure you know what this is, and I want you to know it comes from the heart. Merry Christmas to you. God bless you. Now, next week.
Next week, the case of a prize fighter who could win only by losing because his life depended on it.
Right. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. It is written by Charles B. Smith and produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Mary Jane Croft, Howard McNear, Parley Bear, G. Stanley Jones, Bill James, Lawrence Dobkin, and Richard Beals. Musical supervision is by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Dan Cubberly speaking.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed here.
Oh, hello, Georgie. How's Floyd's of England doing these days?
If payments keep on the way they started this morning, the company will go broke.
What's that mean?
One of our old clients, quite a character, by the way.
Oh, now, wait, George. For just once, give me a case involving some nice, ordinary, normal person.
No, Johnny.
First, it was that old fuss-budget Jediah Gillis.
Yes, but
Then
now...
big bad Michael Meany, who thought he owned half the state of Louisiana.
Well, yes, I know, but compared to them, Durango Laramie Dalhart is as normal as they come.
Durango what?
Except for one thing, of course. The payment of his insurance premium this morning.
What was the matter with it?
$4,500, Johnny, in $100 bills. They're still here on my desk.
$100 bills? You call this character normal?
Listen, will you? Every one of these bills is counterfeit.
Oh. I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American offices, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the funny money matter. Expense account item 1, $1 even, taxi from my apartment to George Reed's office. I found him sitting, staring grimly at a pile of paper money spread around on the top of his desk.
Well, there they are, Johnny. 45 $100 bills, and every one of them as phony as I've ever seen. Look at them.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Whoever turned these out didn't even have sense enough to use the proper kind of ink. Yeah, it looks like he must have diluted it.
Yeah. Have you ever seen such washed-out-looking money in all your life?
Good tough paper, though, just like the real McCoy.
Yes, real crisp and new. But, Johnny, look at those colors. Even the black isn't really black.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd at least have tried to wrinkle them up a bit and dirty them.
Yeah.
This is the most obviously flagrant... What are you looking at, Johnny?
Well, this is unusual. For counterfeit, that is.
What?
Well, they've all been printed up with different serial numbers. See? Here. And here. Huh? How about that? Pretty smart.
Funny, isn't it? The thing that usually makes this stuff easy to spot is the same number on all the bills.
Sure.
And whoever made these was clever enough to think of that. Had sense enough to use good paper, too.
Uh-huh.
But he certainly slipped up when it came to the color and quality of the ink. As for the press work...
Well, I don't pretend to know much about phony money, George.
Who needs to?
And heavens knows I don't see too many $100 bills. But to me, this engraving looks just about perfect.
That's just what I'm saying. Perfect plates, sense enough to change the numbers, good paper. Yet look at the result.
Yeah. Has he ever tried anything like this before?
What? Durango?
Yeah. And just for the sake of the record, what is his real name?
That's it. Durango Laramie Dalhart.
Oh, I can't believe it.
And the answer to your first question is no. Durango is as honest as the day is long.
Well, maybe you mean he was.
Well, maybe. But if so, I want to know why. There'd have to be a mighty good reason, believe me.
Running out of dough is the best one I can think of.
But he's always had plenty. After all, $4,500 to spend on insurance year after year.
Well, just who is he? And where is he?
He lives on a ranch in Oklahoma.
What kind of a ranch?
I don't know. But it must be awfully big.
Where in Oklahoma?
A place called Bum Spung.
Bum Spung?
Yes.
Oh, now, look, George, this whole thing is beginning to get a little too thick. Durango, Bum Spung, Laramie Dalhart, whatever it is. Look, counterfeit money is for the Secret Service, so why don't you just put in a phone call to them and let them carry the ball?
No.
Why?
Because of Durango. I simply can't believe he'd deliberately hand over a lot of phony money. He's been paying on that policy for years.
Always in cash?
Always in cash. Crisp, new, legitimate $100 bills. Up till now.
Were you here when he left these?
No. Now, look, Johnny, if somebody is trying to take him, it's up to us to protect him.
Well, that's a big if, George, from where I stand.
Johnny, we've always tried to give more personal service to our clients than some of the other companies. Look, I want you to investigate this thing for us, without Durango's knowing, of course, on a fee plus expense account basis.
Oh, an extra fee? That's not usual, George.
With you, it is. You know as well as I do, the padding that goes on your expense account is plenty fee for anybody.
Oh, George, you cut me to the quick. All right, where is where is Mr. Dalhart now?
Back in Bum-Spung, Oklahoma, or at least on the way.
But I thought he just left this money this morning.
Every year he follows the same pattern. Comes east for a fling. You know, New York and all the nightclubs, that sort of thing. Then, just before leaving, he drops in here, makes his premium payment, and is gone. So?
George, I still think you should have called in the Secret Service. But I'll take this on for just one reason.
What's that?
I want to find out what kind of a place could ever deserve the name of Bum-Spung. Since George had already arranged for plane travel as far as Enid, Oklahoma, item 2 is a mere $8.55 for incidentals along the way. I arrived in Enid shortly after noon. Item 3, $2.60 for lunch. Item 4, $50 deposit on a rental car. And the owner of the drive-your-own agency wore a silly little smile as he gave me the directions to Bum-Spung. Anyway, I headed due north on Highway 81 across the Oklahoma flatland. Some 26 miles or so further on, after passing through Pond Creek and crossing the Salt Fork of the Arkansas River, I spotted a rather crude, weather-beaten sign indicating that the place I was looking for was somewhere up a dirt road to the left. Road? That's a laugh. And it twisted and turned for seemingly endless rough miles along the riverbank. I just about decided that Bum-Spung was a bum steer when suddenly I almost ran into the gate of an old wooden fence, surrounding some 2 or 3 acres of sandy ground. And there they were. A huge, ramshackle, unpainted building that passed for a house. An even more dilapidated affair, propped up with timbers that probably served as a barn. There were a couple of broken-down outbuildings, too. And on a small irrigated plot in the back, 2 cows. Steers? Well, anyway, 2 rather sad-looking bovines munched on the faded grass. There were some decrepit-looking chickens, a mangy old dog. There was a horse of sorts in a small corral. The windmill? Its whole tower sagged with fatigue, and the rudder on it slapped idly against the broken vanes. But right next to it, in complete contrast, stood a spanking new Cadillac convertible. And on the other side of the house, hanging some flimsy pretties on a clothesline, she was maybe 23 or 4, a brunette, and wearing a pair of well-tailored white riding breeches and a tight flowered silk blouse. She was slim, and she was pretty, and had a couple of rosebuds tucked in her hair.
Hi.
And about as out of place as anything I ever saw.
I said hi.
It was like seeing the vision of a goddess.
Come on in. Just swing aside that post at your left. It's what Durango called the gate.
Oh, yeah. Durango, did you say? Don't tell me this is Bum-Spung.
It sure is. Didn't you see the sign down the road? The vast acreage within this broken-down fence is the cattle ranch of Durango Laramie Dalhart, who happens to be my uncle. I'm Carol Dalhart. Who are you?
Why, my name's Johnny Dollar.
Dollar? That seems to me I've heard that somewhere.
Oh?
What are you doing out here?
Oh, just driving around, you know, summer vacation.
You look like a city man.
I was intrigued by that sign down the road. You know, curious about what Bum-Spung could mean.
Bad water. Bad spring, so the Indians called it Bum-Spung.
Ah.
Durango liked the name, so he bought up these 2 acres and settled here.
And this is all there is to his ranch?
What's the matter with it? He likes it.
But I'd had an idea. Well.
Yeah?
Nothing. From what you've told me, I think I'd like to meet Durango. Is he around?
You trying to kid me or something? I haven't told you anything about him. Now look, Johnny Dollar. Yeah, look!
Suddenly she turned, drew an old Colt 45, and as I ducked, she let go with it. Holy!
I got him, see?
She got him all right. A small snake that had poked up out of a hole in the ground some 25 feet away. And she'd got him right through the head with both shots.
Oh, God darn rattlesnake?
Rattlesnakes? That looks to me like a poor old gopher snake. What's left of him.
So what's the difference? Could have been a rattlesnake.
Hey, you were plenty fast with that gun.
Yeah, gotta be. Or old Durango wouldn't have me on the place. It's no use for anybody that... Hand me a couple of those clothespins, will you? I got to get these things hung up.
Yeah, sure. Here. You said you're his niece.
That's right. Only one left to take care of the old buzzard.
You live here with him?
Part of the time. Well, enough to look after him, make sure he don't get lonely, that he's got enough food in the house, that kind of thing. And I stick around when he goes out on the West Coast or back east for a fling.
That's where he is now.
Yeah, and he's due back. Hand me that slip out of the laundromat.
Sure. Here you are. I take it that convertible's yours, huh?
Yeah, that was my birthday present.
Oh, your family must be pretty well heeled.
Family. Me and Durango, we're all that's left. Give me them stockings now.
Sure. But certainly Durango.
Why not? He gives me a new one every year.
And this ranch is all he owns?
Except for his money. Says he has a barrel of it.
Well, he must have. Or else,
Or else what?
nothing. Go on with what you were saying.
More clothespins.
Yeah, here.
And when he kicks off, I get it all. And I can give up the filling station.
Filling station?
Well, you must have passed it, just the side of Enid. Durango says a woman's no good unless she's got a job, so I got a filling station. Let somebody else run it for me, though, and Durango don't know the difference. Or at least he don't care. The main thing is I'm around to keep him happy and give him somebody to cuss at now and then. And say, why am I shooting off my face to you this way?
I don't know, but don't stop.
There. Them clothes will be dry in an hour, and if you're still here, you can help me take them down again.
Okay.
Carry that basket for me, and I'll give you a cool drink in the house.
Hey, great. You say Durango's due back here, huh?
Mm-hmm. Why, don't save yourself time traveling by plane instead of train, I'll never... Johnny, if you're just around here on vacation, I'll eat my shirt. Why'd you come here? And don't give me any guff.
All right, come on. Pour me that drink and I'll tell you.
Now, I'll tell you. If you're here to pull something on... Oh!
What's it?
Son of a dog blasted gopher. Holy...
Easy now.
Don't you easy now, me. I busted my ankle.
Oh, it's just a little sprain. Here, arm over my shoulder.
Okay. Dang fool that I was to kill that gopher snake back there. Oh, Johnny, it hurts.
Then I'll carry you. Here now.
Oh, that's better. And hey, boy, you got muscles.
Here now. Huh? What the?
Well, take me over to the sofa. What's the matter, Johnny?
What stopped me was the inside of the ramshackle old house. Clean, modern, well-furnished. Even the kitchen with its gleaming porcelain, electric range, huge refrigerator, and freezer. Modern in every way.
Well, don't just stand there staring. Get some water, hot and cold for this ankle. While you're at it, pour us a drink at the bar over there in the corner. I could use a good, stiff snort.
I did what I could to reduce the swelling in her ankle. But by the time I'd taped it up and she was snoozing comfortably on the sofa, it was getting dark. So I hied myself into the well-stocked kitchen to see what I could scratch up to eat. And I'll be honest about it. With this mighty attractive patient on my hands, I'd completely forgotten about my mission in these parts, the investigation of one Durango Laramie Dalhart. I wasn't allowed to forget it long, though. As I opened and was about to reach into the ample freezer...
Stop right there, you.
Huh?
There's only one way to deal with a thieving, stealing, dirty varmint like you.
Now, wait a minute. Put that thing down.
And that, partner, is this way.
Holy, no. Hey, no, you're out of your... No!
Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
A number of years ago, it was said that, in spite of the large population of this planet, men and women remain the most inaccessible things on it. Today, we see this lack of understanding among peoples of the world reflected in headline stories. But it isn't because the people of the world are enemies. All people want to be friends. Long before the termination of World War II, Reverend Eugene Wood, a Methodist minister from Oceanside, California, went into a Scottsdale, Arizona camp where German prisoners of war were interned and offered his services to the imprisoned men. Among other things, Reverend Wood taught the men English, and he taught them about the United States of America. During the following years, after the men had been repatriated to their native Germany, nearly half of the internees corresponded frequently with Reverend Wood. Those men expressed a unique understanding of the people and the country of the United States of America. This great feeling of friendship and understanding prompted the minister to make a pilgrimage to Europe to seek out the men he had befriended in the prisoner of war camp in Arizona. This gesture on Reverend Wood's part gained him a fantastic welcome everywhere he went. In all the places he visited, he spread the gospel of love and friendship and had it returned to him. There were no enemies, only men with the love of freedom, the right of all men, everywhere.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Funny Money Matter.
Robbing my house, here, you
No.
thief!
Now, wait a minute.
Not while old Durango's around.
Durango, you old maverick!
Watch it.
Cut out that shooting while I'm trying to sleep.
Ain't had a chance like this in years.
Will you cut it out?
Quit it! Cut it out, I said!
Enough. Me, too.
Take a swing at me, will you?
Right. Holy Moses.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's your gun. Keep it in your pocket where it belongs.
Sure.
Now, what was the big idea?
Well, whenever you bring one of these fancy boyfriends of yours around to my house, I got a right to have a little fun with them, ain't it?
Fun? Is this your idea of
Your
fun?
crazy gall darn fun. Look what you did to the stove. You blowed it full of holes.
The old wood stove would have held up. Here, buy yourself another one. There's $500 nice new dollars.
Hey, wait, let
Now,
me
what
see
about
those.
that window and the jars on the shelf?
Okay, here. You should have saw him when I started throwing that lid all around him.
Sure. Here, Johnny, let me wipe off some of that jam that fell on your head.
Johnny? Johnny who?
Johnny Dollar. And I take it you're Durango Laramie Dollheart.
Nah, sure am. Fastest shot in the country, too. My pa learned how in Durango, my ma learned how in Laramie, and I'm better than both of them was. Only thing is, I get no chance to show off no more.
Durango, you crazy idiot. What's the idea of
No harm, man, no harm. Yeah, take a slug of this. You forget all about it.
I'll get a glass.
Glass, a man drinks out of the bottle. Go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, well, thanks.
Bad enough a he-man has to live around all this feminine fripsy and lace curtains and rugs all over the floor and
You know
stuff.
dad blame well you like the way I fixed up this old dumpy ears, Durango.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Look, you two.
Yeah, you know dang well a man gets tired just sitting around, no matter how pretty it is. Why else do you suppose I got to get away every now and then to San Francisco or New York or some of them places where they got some noise and excitement? Is that right, Johnny Dollar?
Just leave him out of this.
Why? What's he doing here, anyhow?
Well, Durango,
I'll tell you why. Because he's just driving around on his vacation and he happened to get to the end of the road and I made him come in. That's why.
Thanks, girl.
You got any objections?
Now, I'll say this. He's got a lot more get-up and guts than most of the boys you bring around here. That larrup on the chin he give me is...
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that, Durango.
Sorry for what? Because you didn't act like some of them lily-livered kids she brings around, run for home? No, sir, boy, you're all right. Carol, what the Sam Hill you got on your foot?
Well, it's high time you noticed.
Well, what happened to it?
I like to have busted my ankle and I go for a hole, and if it hadn't been for Johnny, I'd still be laying out in the yard howling with pain.
Yeah, me, I'd seen that happen. I thought she'd broke her leg. I'd liable to took her out and shot her. But Johnny, boy, you done a real good job on my little ticket. Here, honey, I have to get back on the sofa.
No, now, let Johnny. He's a lot gentler. And besides, well, I kind of like him.
You hear that, Johnny? You better look out when a pretty girl starts talking to you like that. You're sure fixing to get lassoed and thrown.
Well, I can think of a lot worse things.
Durango, you just shut up and fix us up some victuals. We're hungry.
Yeah, sure. No sooner than I get back here and some woman starts giving me orders.
Take it easy now, girl.
Oh, I don't need help. I'm feeling fine now. I just wanted to talk to you.
Hey, you should have stayed on that sofa.
What, missed all the fun?
Fun? You too?
You know.
Oh, thanks. Hey, sit beside me, Johnny.
Well, sure. Why not?
Now, none of that mush stuff. That isn't what I meant. Oh, I can't say as I'd mind it with you, Johnny.
Well, now, if that isn't an
Hey,
invitation,
you kids, some nice steaks, a couple of chops, maybe some pancakes and beans to fill you up. Be all right?
Just make it good and take your time. Or shall I do it?
Yeah, woman, I can cook better than you any time.
Oh. Well,
Johnny, before you start that,
What's the matter with some lights in there, you kids? It's getting dark.
oh.
just mind your own affairs.
And I warn you, Johnny, you better watch out for yourself.
Yeah, I'll risk it, Durango. You don't, want the light, do you, Carol?
You know what I want?
Hmm? What?
I don't know why you come out here to bum-spun.
Can't that wait?
Dollar, unless you got somewhere else to go, and it'll be pretty late by the time we met. Or I might as well bunk here tonight. Got plenty of room. What do you say?
Johnny?
Sure, Durango. Thanks a lot. No, Carol.
You haven't answered my question, John.
Tomorrow. I'll tell you tomorrow when we can be alone.
Aren't we alone now?
Oh, not as much as I wish we were.
You're a mighty cute guy, Johnny.
Oh, you don't know me, Carol. I'm really just an old wolf.
Oh, I don't believe it. I don't. Ooh. Just one of the roses fell out of my hair. There it is.
With buds of roses in her hair and kisses on her mouth.
What's that? Pretty.
Just a line from an old poem.
I have the roses in my hair.
What about the rest?
Won't you find out?
You kids want to bell down on the jug while you're waiting?
Oh,
Oh, why don't you tend to your cooking? Johnny?
That Durango, he certainly puts together a meal in a hurry. Too much of a hurry. And the meal itself, enough for an army. And to see him pack it away, you'd think he'd been out on the range for years.
Yes, sir. Nothing like coming home to give you an appetite. Here, scoop yourself up some more beans, Johnny.
I still hadn't made any progress in my investigation and encouraged him to talk about himself. He did, willingly. And how much of it was true was something else again. Said he left his father's little farm in Colorado to hunt for gold. Said he found it, too, a lot of it. Claimed he'd used that money exploring for oil, wildcatting. That everything he touched had turned to money. That he'd made and banked so much he could never spend it all. That's why he'd go on those flings to San Francisco and New York, just to get rid of it. Then come back here to this little plot of ground and rest up for the next excursion to the big city. His only regret was he was too old to make the new West like the old West.
Yes, sir. If I was 20 years younger, I'd ride a horse into Dodge City and show all them law and order. I'd show them just exactly how it was in the old days. Like I read about in them magazines.
But if all this were true, why the counterfeit money? Those phony, washed-out $100 bills I'd seen on George Reed's desk. The bed in the guest room was as comfortable as my own, but I couldn't get to sleep. Fortunately, for long after the house was dark, it must have been close to midnight, I heard the door of Durango's room open, heard him sneak out of the house the back way. Quickly, as quietly as I could, I slipped on trousers and shoes, took along my gun, and went after him. From the back porch, I could see that there was a light on in one of the small outbuildings. With my ear pressed tightly to the side of the little shack, I could hear it only too plainly. The printing press on which Durango was turning out the phony money. No question about it. And I was sorry. Kind of begun to like the old character. To say nothing of his beautiful...
Johnny.
Huh? Carol.
What are you doing out here? If it's a walk in the moonlight you want, why didn't you ask me to come with you?
Carol, listen. I'll lay my cards right on the table. What I really came to this place for was to find out... Well, it was right here inside this little shack.
Oh, no.
And now that I've found out, I've...
Oh, Johnny, you'll break his heart. He thinks nobody knows about this.
Oh, of course he does.
He's been doing it ever since... And he thinks that even I don't know about
I'll
it.
bet.
Oh, Johnny, please, you'll spoil everything.
Why not? It's about time, isn't it?
But he means no harm to anybody.
What do you mean, no harm? Are you kidding? Or maybe you're in this whole thing with him.
Are you?
Oh, no, but I don't see what difference it would make. Johnny, baby,
Oh, don't pull that stuff. It's time for a showdown.
Hey, what's the racket? What's going on? Oh. Snooping, huh? Why, you ornery, low-down, sneaking coyote.
All right, Durango. Just cut it and stand where you are.
Well, what are you doing with that gun?
I only hope you won't make it necessary for me to use it.
Johnny.
Open up that door, Durango. I want to see what you've got inside there. Go ahead now, open it.
Yeah. Now, look, son, there ain't no harm in what I'm doing in there.
No harm. That seems to be a pat phrase around here.
Well, it's just that ever since I made my pile, everywhere I'd go, I'd spend a lot of money.
So you told me at great length.
Always, maybe it was sort of showing off a bit, but when I'd draw it out of the bank, I'd make them give me brand new money. You know, to impress the folks. Like a big shot up in Hartford where I pay my insurance for Carol here every year.
In brand new $100 bills, supposedly.
That's right, and no supposedly.
But this last insurance payment to Georgia.
Yeah, I know. But, Johnny, it wasn't my fault. The bank didn't have some nice new ones for me. And they couldn't get them in time either, so I had to... Well, this was the next best.
Oh, that's a likely
Johnny,
story.
please.
Open that door.
Oh, God, I kept hoping nobody'd find it.
Come on, open it.
Okay. There you are.
What under the...
That's the washing machine there. And that's the soap and plenty of strong bleach and the starch to make them nice and crisp.
Oh, no.
And that there's the ironing board where I press them out real nice and flat.
They'll never believe it.
But it does make them look real pretty and new. Honest, Johnny, I didn't think there was no harm in it.
Well, there you have it, George. Full report on the funny money that turned out to be only cleaned up a bit. And the next time, call in the Secret Service, will you? No, I didn't mean that. Just don't question the charges on this account for the extra week I've spent out here. If you could see this pretty little Carol. Oh, that Carol. And if I ever get enough money, so help me, I think I'll retire to Bum-Spung, Oklahoma. Expense account total, including incidentals, and the trip back to Hartford, $171.25. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, well, just remember one thing. That old saying about a cat having 9 lives. And be sure to join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. It is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote tonight's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, G. Stanley Jones, and John McIntyre. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is Byron Kay at Intercoastal Maritime and Life in Boston.
Hello, boy.
Remember Hurricane Audrey?
Back in the latter part of June, sure. Must have hit your company pretty hard.
Yes. But if anybody ever needed help, it was those people down in Louisiana and neighboring states.
Yeah.
So we've paid up the claims just as fast as they've come in. Except for one.
Oh, what's that?
One we received only a couple of days ago.
Okay, bye. Give me the dope and I'll head for Louisiana on the first plane.
Wrong direction, Johnny.
Huh? Texas?
No.
Oklahoma? Arkansas?
Buffalo, New York.
What?
And I think you'd better run over here and let me give you some facts.
Yeah, I think I'd better.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Intercoastal Maritime and Life Insurance Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Charmona matter. Expense account item 1, 1845. Plane fare and incidentals, Hartford to Boston, and a cab to Byron Kay's office in the Little Building.
Glad to see you, Johnny.
Hi.
I'm glad you can take this on for me. Sit down.
Okay, thanks.
Ever hear of Charles Francis Keeley?
Keeley?
A very much reformed man, Johnny, who was apparently making a valiant try to live down some of the things he did earlier in his life.
Like what?
Well, he was I guess you'd call him a promoter, stock manipulator, that sort of thing. The point is, he made himself a lot of money a few years back until the authorities, the Securities Exchange Commission and so forth, put a stop to his fancy dealing.
Sounds like a real nice guy.
In any event, he had enough money by the time he quit to live pretty well. Nice home, beautiful wife, 62-foot cruiser, and that, by the way, is our biggest problem.
Oh, I wish my biggest problem was a 62-foot cruiser.
It is, Johnny. Now.
Then tell me all.
Yes. Early in June, he took his boat across Lake Erie to Detroit to have some work done on it at the Detroit Yacht Basin. Then, a couple of days before the end of the month, he started back for Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, that hurricane was moving north about then, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And his failure to appear in Buffalo within a reasonable time didn't worry his wife a bit. Often before making that same trip, he'd stopped off in Cleveland to visit some of his old cronies.
Uh-huh.
But by July 20th, she began to get worried. She called the friends in Cleveland. They hadn't seen him. Then she called the Coast Guard. No word. A few days later, a couple of the life preservers from his boat washed up on the south shore of Erie near the little town of Lindsay. That enough for you, Johnny?
How much insurance did he carry?
On himself, $35,000. On the boat, $106,000.
I see. Okay, bye. I'm on my way. Expense account item 2, transportation to Buffalo, where I signed in at the Statler Hotel. Item 3, $5.20 for dinner. Then taxi, that's item 4, to the Keeley home north of Delaware Park on Colvin Avenue. I don't know just what I'd expected Keeley's wife to look like. Suffice it to say, I was pleasantly surprised. She was young, tall, blonde, and beautiful, with eager, sparkling eyes and none of the signs of grief I'd anticipated.
I don't know why you registered at a hotel, Johnny. May I call you, Johnny?
Why, sure.
Please call me Mona. May I pour you another drink?
No, thanks.
As I started to say, you could have stayed here. There's plenty of room, as you can see.
Yes. This is a very beautiful house, Mona.
Yes, but so empty now. I get terribly lonely, Johnny.
Well, of course, I don't blame you. But now suppose we talk, if you don't mind, about the
Johnny,
thing
if you have to be around for a few days, why don't you move out of that hotel and... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. I guess I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But I am lonely.
Sure. Now, Mona, you realize this investigation is, it's just routine.
Of course, Johnny.
Now, as I understand, every effort has been made to find your husband.
Of course. And to find the Charmona.
Charmona?
The cruiser.
Oh, yes.
It was a beautiful thing, Johnny. But now it's gone. And Paul.
Paul?
Yes, Paul Matthews was the pilot. Only he was more than that. He was very nice.
Yeah. Well, now, as I...
Oh, excuse me. Every time that phone rings, I hope it's some word, some news that perhaps... Well, you know.
I'm not sure that I do.
What?
But by all means, answer it.
Yes. Yes, excuse me.
There was something distinctly wrong with this whole setup, that was for
The
sure.
Coast Guard, yes. Yes, this is she. This is Mona Keeley.
Perhaps Charles Keeley wasn't the only one in this family to arouse suspicion.
What? Say that again.
Especially now, with nearly $150,000 involved.
Yes, well, how about Paul? I said, how about Paul?
Then, when she finally finished with the phone call, came a couple of other surprises.
Thank you. Thank you. Johnny, he's all right.
Huh?
That was the Coast Guard. They found him. He's all right. Isn't it wonderful?
That was the real surprise. Not what she said. Isn't it wonderful? Nor even the way she said it. But something deep back in her eyes that gave her away, that told me beyond the shadow of a doubt that she was lying through her teeth.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
It is a rare event when a young man decides to leave civilization behind and hide himself away in the steaming jungle, just so he can help his fellow humans in a remote corner of the world. The late Dr. Tom Dooley did just that when he left the United States to help the sick and starving jungle people in the little kingdom of Laos in Southeast Asia. Dr. Dooley's story is well known to nearly everyone. And all over the world, people talk of his little jungle hospital on stilts. That's where he treated the dread diseases of the jungle and trained native medical technicians so that they might help their own people. Dr. Dooley wrote and lectured to many people so that the work of his medical assistance program, Medico, might go on. It was not easy for someone so young and so talented to give up the bright lights of the city and plant himself down in an unknown jungle just for the purpose of helping unfortunate people he didn't even know. But through Medico, Dr. Tom Dooley wanted to help people. He wanted to help people to help themselves. Today, the work of Medico is going forward in a number of countries besides Laos. Young men are being sent to the United States to be schooled in medicine with the idea of returning to their own countries to help their own people. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of medical supplies have been donated by American businessmen and pharmaceutical companies. Today, Dr. Tom Dooley's work is being continued for him. It is helping to create better understanding. It is an injection of the spirit of freedom. The right of all men everywhere.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Charmona matter.
The news that her husband was still alive came as quite a surprise to Mona Keeley. Isn't it wonderful, she said. But I didn't believe that she meant it.
On the south shore of the Lake Johnny, near the little town of Lindsay, west of Cleveland. He was picked up on the beach by a farmer who's been caring for him ever since.
Isn't it kind of funny that you haven't heard from him before? That hurricane was a couple of months ago.
Well, he was out of his mind from the shock of what happened to him.
Did the Coast Guard say anything about the yacht?
No, Johnny, I'm afraid that Charmona is at the bottom of Lake Erie.
Well, where is he now?
In Cleveland, in a small private hospital.
Well, hadn't you better go over there and get him, bring him back here?
I told the Coast Guard we would.
Mona, you're not really glad that he's been found, that he's still alive, are you?
No, I'm not. I guess I never really loved Charles. I'm not sure he really loved me. He was a big shot, always out in the town, doing a lot of entertaining, that sort of thing. I was very pretty then. Kind of a business asset for him.
When were you and Charles married, Mona?
9 years ago.
It looks as though he's done pretty well by you.
I never had any reason to complain. About that, I mean. But the things he did to make his money, it was... Well, I guess it was legal, but it wasn't right. It was almost like stealing, the way he promoted a lot of worthless inventions, penny stocks, worthless real estate, that sort of thing. But he always did all right.
And you.
Well, who worries about conscience when things are going well?
A lot of people, Mona.
But then they made him stop the things he was doing. And Charles became very strange. He took up religion like a fanatic.
Oh?
Kept giving his money away to a lot of crazy charities, money I could have used. And he got moody. He'd go off alone for weeks at a time, pay no attention to me. That's what I meant when I said I was lonely, Johnny. Not just since the accident that lost the boat and Paul.
Paul again, huh?
Don't you understand? These crazy things have been going on for over a year now. That's why I'm not jumping with joy that Charles is alive. Do you blame me?
Hadn't we better drive on over to Cleveland and get him?
All right. I'll run upstairs and change my clothes. Excuse me. I'll be ready in a minute.
Maybe I should have felt a bit more sympathetic, but I didn't. Maybe Charles Keeley did marry her simply because he could afford to keep a smart, pretty ornament around at his beck and call. Yeah, but the chances were she'd married him solely for the things his money could buy her. She took a long time changing her clothes, which didn't surprise me, so I poured myself a drink. I glanced over some of the magazines on the coffee table. I got up and stared out of the window for want of something better to do. Wandered about the room. Wandered into the oak-paneled den. I looked over the shelves of fine books, the gun collection, and the cabinet in the corner. And almost idly, I reached out toward the leather-topped desk to shove back a slip of paper that stuck out of one of the drawers. Until I saw what it was. It was an unpaid bill, several months old, from an exclusive New York shop for some very expensive gowns. And inside, the drawer was packed with unpaid bills, thousands of dollars worth of them, and statements bearing a polite, firm warning to pay up or else. No wonder Keeley's sweet, charming wife had hoped she'd never hear from him again. Gone, he was worth $35,000 to her, and the yacht $106,000. Perhaps somehow Mona Keeley had even had a hand in the wrecking of that yacht. I wondered, and I decided I didn't care much for people like this. But my meditations were suddenly interrupted by a sound from the doorway, and there she stood, a pretty little pearl-handled .25 caliber Colt in a dainty gloved hand.
I'm ready, Johnny. Are you?
So I see. Ready for what, Mona?
I guess that depends, doesn't it?
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Wisconsin's state flag bears the state motto, Forward, and a likeness of the state mascot, the badger. The word badger was a nickname for the miners in southwest Wisconsin. During the mining boom just prior to 1830, the people who came from Illinois mined only during the good season and left during the bad. They were called suckers, just like the fish in the streams. But the busy Wisconsinites, with either too little time to leave or to build a house, moved into abandoned mine shafts to live as badgers. The Wisconsin banner pays tribute to these industrious natives. Wisconsin's state flag, the flag of the 30th state to enter the Union, was adopted on April 26, 1913. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Charmona matter.
Mona Keeley stood there in the door of the den, a .25 caliber Colt in her hand. For she'd caught me going through the drawer of a desk, through papers that showed only too clearly why the loss in a storm of a $100,000 yacht might well have been carefully planned. Why she wished that her husband had gone down with it.
You shouldn't have done it, Johnny. You shouldn't have looked in that desk.
Pretty good proof, isn't it, Mona, that the wreck of the Charmona was no accident. I don't know how your husband worked it and still managed to get back to shore alive.
You don't know what you're talking about.
But he almost didn't make it, if what you've told me is the truth. Maybe that's because he didn't anticipate that the storms from Hurricane Audrey would hit Lake Erie. Maybe it's because... Well, we'll soon find out.
Will you?
Yes, when we drive over to the hospital in Cleveland and talk with him, if he's really there.
Oh, he's there, all right. And you and I are going for a drive, but not to Cleveland. All right, now.
Oh, put that thing down, Mona.
Sorry, sweetheart.
That little thing in your hand is about as accurate as a slingshot. Now, why don't you...
No, don't move.
I still don't get it, though.
Oh? What?
And I'm sure you must have been in with your husband on his deliberate sinking of the yacht.
If you think Charles sank it deliberately, Johnny, you're all wrong.
Then I certainly don't get it. Because if... Oh, now, wait a minute. You've made a couple of cracks about... What was his name? Paul?
Do you want to know the truth? Paul was the pilot for Charles, and there's been no word about him. So he must have gone down with the Charmona. That's why I'm lonely and feel the way I do.
Mona, this whole thing smells worse to me every minute.
He was young, and he was kind, and he loved me. I was glad when they found that Charmona had gone down, because the money for it would be mine. And I could get free of Charles, and Paul and I could... That's why I hoped Charles was gone.
Yeah, another $35,000 for you. You're about the crummiest lot I've ever run into. Look at this, Mona, here on the desk.
What?
This solid gold table lamp.
What about
And
it?
there beside you, that expensive mirror.
What are you talking about?
Well, look.
Why did you do that?
To get this gun away from you.
No, you... Oh, you...
A lot of good this would have done you with the safety on.
I'll kill you for this, Johnny.
No, I don't think so. And I don't think the police would like it if you tried.
Oh, no. Do you think they'd blame me for trying to stop you from going through the papers in my desk? For shooting you? No. Wait. I didn't mean that. I couldn't have shot you, Johnny. Johnny?
Before we go, is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Go? Where?
Is there anything you'd like to tell me about why Charles really sank the Charmona?
No. And I don't think you'll ever know how and why the Charmona went down.
Want to bet? No, stay right there. Now I've got the gun, remember? Hello?
What? Charlie?
No. This is a friend of the family.
Oh, well, this is Harry Nelson. You gave me a real start. I thought Charlie'd come back from his watery grave.
He has, Mr. Nelson.
What?
Yes, he's in a Cleveland hospital. He's okay.
Oh. Well, then I'll talk to him when he gets back. You see, I'm the man who was going to give him $98,000 for the Charmona when he got her back from Detroit.
Oh? Oh, yeah, sure.
But since the Coast Guard tells me she was a complete loss, well, naturally, I think I ought to have my deposit back.
I'm sure you'll get it, Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, okay, Mr. What did you say your name is?
Bye.
Who was that?
Someone who threw some very interesting light on this whole matter. Come on.
Where?
Our little drive, remember? To Cleveland. During the 5-hour drive to Grace Hospital on the outskirts of Cleveland, I questioned her, using every trick I could, but she refused to talk. The theory that Charles Keeley had deliberately sunk his yacht had gone up in smoke. If he had a buyer for it, he wouldn't need to try to collect the insurance on it. But I still knew the whole case was anything but lily white, and hoped that Keeley could explain a few things. When we arrived at the hospital, there was a police lieutenant in Keeley's room and a stenographer. When she saw them, Mona gasped slightly and sank into a chair, to which the lieutenant promptly handcuffed her. As Charles Keeley talked, the whole case became crystal clear, and at the same time about as sordid as anything I'd ever heard.
I should have realized what was up when Paul Matthews suddenly refused to make the trip back to Buffalo with me. He was my pilot, Lieutenant. I phoned the Coast Guard about him as soon
Yes, sir. It was on the Coast Guard's tip that we ordered Paul Matthews picked up.
Picked up. Then he's all right.
Shut her up, Lieutenant, or get her out of here.
As I started to say, they not only picked him up, but found where he bought the various parts for the little device he used.
Good.
Device? What are you talking about, Lieutenant?
Let me tell him.
Sure, go ahead, Mr. Cayley. Then this stenographer will have it all down on the record.
I should have known what was up when Paul suddenly decided not to go back with me just before sailing time. You see, I've suspected for some months that he and my wife behind my back...
Charles.
Shut up, you rotten little...
Go on, Mr. Keeley.
I should have known then, but I had to get the cruiser back to Buffalo to a friend who'd offered me cash for it.
Harry Nelson.
Yes. Enough to get me back on my feet again. And I didn't know why Paul had left me to make the trip alone until the explosion about 5 hours out.
What?
Yes, Mr. Dollar, up forward, where there couldn't possibly have been anything explosive.
A bomb of some sort?
What else, Dollar?
It was luck, sheer luck, that I was sailing in close, that I'd put on a life preserver because of the storm.
That was the tail end of the hurricane down south, you understand?
Yes, and it was luck that she went down right off Palace Rock.
Yeah, that's exactly where the Coast Guard divers found her early this morning. A hole as big as a house blown out of her front end.
Yes, that storm, that hurricane may have taken a lot of lives, but it saved mine.
All I can say is I'm glad there are courts to take care of situations like this. I myself would hate to have to dirty my hands any further. Yeah, it probably does take all kinds to make a world. But believe me, the world would be a lot better off without some of those kinds. The claim on the yacht, sure, it'll have to be paid. And to a man I honestly think is trying to live a decent life for a change. Expense account total, including incidentals and the trip back to Hartford, $103.80. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
An old English proverb states that a friend in need is a friend indeed. We've all heard it before, but how many of us have realized the full import of its meaning? When Jose Lara Valverde, an 8-year-old Spanish boy, was in need, he found out what real friendship could be. Stricken by a rare glandular disease, little Jose began to lose his fight for survival when his vital supply of drugs ran out. In a desperate call for help, an amateur radio operator named Conte broadcast a weak signal over the European airwaves. The plea was picked up by a ham operator, Hans Ketterle, in Germany, who relayed the urgent message to a nearby United States Air Force unit. The American airmen quickly dug up the only available drugs of the kind needed. They flew the Mercy package by jet to Madrid. From there, an ambulance screamed its urgent way 190 miles to Andújar, Jose's hometown. The medicine saved his life, but only temporarily. Another source had to be found, and it was, again, in Germany. The two rare drugs were again rushed by American jet fighter pilots, by helicopter, and by Air Force staff car through high winds and thunderstorms to the bedside of the stricken boy. The medicine was given to Jose, and again he responded. This same life and death drama was repeated elsewhere in Spain when men of the United States Air Force came to the rescue of another young Spanish boy in need of another rare drug. People-to-people giving is more than a program. It is an act of friendship. It is a fight for freedom, the right of all men, everywhere.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood. This is Dan Cubberly speaking. This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service. From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Pat McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Hi, Pat. What's on your mind?
$75,000.
Yours or somebody else's?
Johnny, ever hear of the Subala diamond?
Sabala. Yeah, matter of fact, I have. It's a pink diamond, isn't it?
That's right. One of the companies we represent wrote a $75,000 policy on it. The owner of the stone, a jeweler named Joseph Wentworth, was trying to sell it.
So?
So last night, the Sabella diamond was stolen.
I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Rolling Stone matter. Expense account item 1, $1.20 cab fare from my apartment to the office of Universal Adjustment Bureau. Pat McCracken gave me what additional dope he had, which wasn't much, and I headed for New York. That's item 2, $26.40, and the apartment of Joseph Wentworth.
I was just released from the hospital an hour ago. They kept me overnight for observation.
Nothing serious, I hope, Mr. Wentworth?
No, I was hit on the back of the head. At first, they suspected a skull fracture, but it was only a slight concussion.
Well, you're lucky.
Practically my total assets stolen, and you call it lucky.
You mean the Sabella diamond?
I borrowed heavily to purchase that stone, Mr. Dollar. I'm afraid I'm just about ruined.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it was insured for $75,000.
You don't understand. The insurance money will barely cover the loans. The diamond wasn't insured for its full value.
Oh, I see.
And what's worse, I had a customer for it. I was almost ready to close the deal. Could have gotten at least $100,000, maybe more.
Try to tell me exactly what happened, Mr. Wentworth.
Last evening, Eloise stopped by the shop at 6. We were going to have dinner together.
Eloise?
Eloise Barnes, my fiancée. I started to close up, and I remembered I'd forgotten to put some things in the safe. She went down the street a ways to hail a taxi, and I went back inside.
And left the front door unlocked?
I must have. I was in a hurry. I opened the safe, then I heard a sound behind me. I started to turn, but too late. That's the last I remember.
The police figure out what you were hit with?
Yes, a heavy brass candlestick in my shop. Then when Eloise brought me to, the Sabella diamond was gone.
Just a minute. You say Eloise brought you to?
Yes. You see, when I didn't come right back outside, she started wondering what had happened. She came in and found me lying on the floor.
Uh-huh. How long have you known Eloise, Mr. Wentworth?
About a year. Why?
Mind giving me her address? I think I'd like to talk to her. Expense account item 3, $1.80 cab fare to Eloise Barnes' apartment. Eloise looked, if anything, more expensive than the Sabella diamond. And I had the feeling that underneath that lovely surface, she was almost as hard. Her gray eyes never left my face as we talked, and I got the impression she had neatly weighed me, cataloged me, and put a price tag on me.
Afraid I can't help you much, Johnny. Joe Wentworth apparently told you all there is to tell about it.
You were out looking for a taxi at the time Wentworth got slugged.
That's right. I feel sorry for Joe. That was a lot of diamond to lose.
Must be quite a stone.
If you go for those things. I don't know. I guess some people really have a thing about diamonds.
But not you, huh?
All right. Just happens there are a couple of things I prefer.
Like what?
Like money and mink.
Huh? But now, according to your fiancé, you were...
Just a minute. According to my what?
Your fiancé, Wentworth.
Well, Johnny, that may be his idea, but it's not mine.
Well, you're not engaged.
Joe's been very nice to me, and I like him. But we're just friends, so far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah.
I'm afraid I'm not the engaged type, Johnny. I've tried it once or twice, but it didn't work. Seems to interfere with my hobby.
Your hobby?
Yes. Having fun. What's your hobby, Johnny?
Well, at the moment, trying to find the Sabella diamond.
Then what?
Well, I have been known to have fun now and then.
Johnny, I hope you find the diamond real soon.
The invitation was printed in large type, but this was no time for an RSVP, especially since I remembered Wentworth mentioning a customer who had been anxious to buy the diamond just before it was stolen. I called Wentworth and got the man's name. Gerald Mantell, who had an apartment just off Fifth Avenue in the East 70s.
Ah, yes, Mr. Dollar, the Sabala diamond. An exquisite stone. The pink radiance of it when it caught the light. Positively hypnotic. Such a pity it was stolen.
Mr. Wentworth tells me he was negotiating with you for the sale of that diamond.
That is correct. Unfortunately, we had reached a stalemate yesterday. You see, he wanted more than the diamond is worth.
Well, maybe that's a matter of opinion.
Mr. Dollar, I am a collector and a connoisseur. I know what such things are worth.
Oh, yes.
I only hope it'll be recovered before Friday. It would make things so much more enjoyable for me.
What happens Friday?
I'm leaving for Europe.
Oh? Business trip?
Not really. As a matter of fact, more of an impulse than anything else.
Uh-huh.
Anything wrong with that?
Well, Mr. Mantell, that's a good question.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars. And behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Alabama's state flag is of St. Andrew, the symbol of the Confederacy and the national flag of Scotland. Alabama's state capital, Montgomery, served as the first capital of the Confederacy, and it was on the steps of its Capitol building that Jefferson Davis took the oath of office as President of the Confederated States of America. The Scottish cross is in the form of an X, or saltire, and is also found on the state flags of Georgia and Mississippi. Perhaps it is the independent, rugged spirit of the Scots that recommended its national symbol to the Confederacy as a symbol of its rebellion. Alabama's state flag, the flag of the 22nd state to enter the Union, was adopted on February 16, 1895.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Rolling Stone Matter.
I went back to my hotel, stretched out on the bed, and went over the whole thing in my mind. Eloise, who liked the things that money could buy, and who supposedly had been looking for a taxi while Wentworth was slugged and the diamond lifted. Then there was Gerald Mantell, the collector, who was now suddenly leaving for Europe. Yeah, could be either of them. Johnny Dollar.
You looking for the Sabala diamond, Mr. Dollar?
What's that?
Well, that doesn't matter. I know where the diamond is.
Oh, where?
Not so fast, Dollar. I'm sure the insurance company you represent would pay quite a bit to get that stone back. The question is, how much?
Oh, there's a bigger question than that, friend. Whether you're on the level or not.
Suppose I can show you the case the diamond was kept in. Would you be convinced then?
Maybe.
Antonio's bar on East 53rd?
Yeah.
Maybe there in an hour.
Now, wait a minute. How'll I know you?
I'll know you.
Hey, wait a minute. Item 4, $2 even drinks at Antonio's while I waited for my telephone buddy to contact me. A half hour went by. Nothing happened. Then somebody came in and went to a corner booth. Not the person I'd been expecting, but just as interesting. So I went over. Hello, Eloise.
Johnny, sit down.
Oh, thanks. Expecting someone?
All sorts of people. But this is a pleasant surprise. What brings you around here?
Business, I thought.
You know, Johnny, you've got a one-track mind. Always business. With that attitude, you miss a lot.
I don't doubt it.
Oh, here you are, Eloise. Oh, why, it's Mr. Dollar.
Well, Mr. Mantell.
Sit down, Gerald.
I didn't know you two knew each other.
Oh, yes, we've been friends for years. As a matter of fact, it was Eloise who told me about the Sabala diamond.
Oh? You didn't tell me that, Eloise.
You didn't ask me, Johnny. Oh, Gerald, the head waiter seems to be signaling to you.
And so I see. I'll be right back.
Well, look, Eloise, I think I better be getting along.
Don't leave, Johnny.
Well, you've got a date with Mantell.
Oh, he just wanted to have a drink with me before he left for Europe. I told him I was meeting Joe Wentworth here, so he said he'd stop by for a minute.
Did Wentworth know that you and Mantell are old friends?
I saw no reason to tell him, Johnny. Joe's very tiresome about things like that.
You mean he's jealous?
I wonder what happened to Gerald.
This trip he's taking to Europe, I gather he got the idea rather suddenly.
Gerald's very impulsive that way.
Yeah. Well, I'll be getting along, Eloise. Looks like the man I came here to meet isn't going to show.
I can't imagine what's keeping Joe. I say we've both been stood up, Johnny. Maybe we should do something about it,
Well, as I told you right now, the only thing I have on my mind is...
I know. That diamond. A girl could get tired of waiting, Johnny.
Eloise, I don't think you've ever waited very long for anything. See you later.
I'll count on it, Johnny.
Dollar? What? Oh, Wentworth. We were wondering what has happened to you.
Mr. Dollar, I'm certain you're a very efficient investigator, but it seems to me that you've questioned Eloise all you need to.
Oh?
Or have your conversations with her now reached the unofficial stage?
Oh, now look,
if
Wentworth.
that is the case, and I suspect it is, I'd better remind you that Eloise...
Maybe I'd better remind you of a couple of things, Wentworth. In the first place, you...
Mr. Johnny Dollar?
Yeah, over here, wait.
Dollar? Oh. Mr. Dollar, it's a note and a package for you, sir. Gentleman just left it with me.
Did he give his name?
Oh, no, sir, no. But he was a short man, stocky, and he wore a gray suit.
Okay, thanks. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
As I started to say,
Hold
Dollar...
on, will you, Wentworth? Couldn't take a chance contacting you. Somebody was following me. Contents of the package will show you I know what I'm talking about. We'll contact you later.
What's this all about, Dollar?
It's from a man who phoned me a couple of hours ago. If it's what I think is, then his package... Yeah. Empty jewel case. Your name on it, Wentworth.
What? That's the case I kept the Sabala diamond in.
Yeah. See you later, Wentworth.
Where are you going, Dollar?
Back to my hotel room and wait to hear from him. I went outside and started for the corner to grab a cab. As I passed the alley, I spotted something sprawled on the ground. A body. It was Gerald Mantell.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
The way a man conducts himself at ease or under stress shows what he's made of. It shows his character under the strongest light. This is particularly true when a man becomes a prisoner of war. One of the points of the code of conduct of the American fighting man says, "If I become a prisoner of war, I will keep faith with my fellow prisoners. I will give no information nor take part in any action which might be harmful to my comrades. If I am senior, I will take command. If not, I will obey the lawful orders of those appointed over me and will back them up in every way." The very essence of the ideals set forth in those words were displayed by Commander, later Rear Admiral, Richard Antrim in April 1942, while a prisoner of war in Macassar, Dutch East Indies, during World War II. Acting instantly on behalf of a naval officer who was subjected to heavy punishment, Commander Antrim boldly tried to quiet the guard and to persuade him to discuss the charges against the officer. The guard refused. Tension increased. The entire enemy prison force was faced by 2,700 Allied prisoners. An order was given to continue the punishment. Suddenly, Commander Antrim, at the risk of his own life, stepped forward and volunteered to take the remainder of the punishment. This sudden move got a roar of acclaim from the inspired Allied troops and so amazed the enemy that both men were spared any further indignities or punishment. Commander Antrim's heroic and unselfish conduct brought about better conditions for the prisoners and earned new respect for American officers and men. Commander Richard Antrim upheld the highest ideals of an officer and earned for himself the Medal of Honor.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Rolling Stone Matter.
Mantell, come out of it. Come on.
My head.
Here. I'll help you. All right, easy now. Are you okay?
Yes.
So, who did it?
I don't know, Dollar. The head waiter told me a taxi driver wanted to see me outside. I came out, but there was no cab in sight. I thought he might be at the corner, so I started walking.
Past the alley here?
Yes. Mr. Dollar, why would anyone want to beat me up?
I can think of one possibility, Mantell.
Yes?
You wanted the Sabala diamond pretty badly, but Wentworth wouldn't sell at your price.
Are you suggesting...
I'm suggesting you lifted the diamond and somebody was trying to get it back from you just now.
But I don't have the diamond. I never did.
Maybe you know where it is.
No, I swear I don't. As for getting beaten up just now, I'm every bit as much in the dark as you are.
I didn't know whether he was telling the truth or not, but I had no proof he was lying. Item 5, $1 even, a pot of coffee in my hotel room while I tried to pull some threads together, but they didn't pull. If Mantell had the stone, who'd phoned me and sent the empty jewel case to convince me he had information? How did he Yeah, coming. Oh, Wentworth, come in.
Here, Mr. Dollar, I have some information that will interest you.
Yeah?
Yes, first, though, I owe you an apology for, well, flying off the handle when I saw you with Eloise at Antonio's.
Okay, so you're touchy about Eloise. Now, what's the information?
Well, just a few minutes ago, a man telephoned me at my apartment.
Huh?
Yes, I think he was the same one who phoned you and sent the empty jewel case.
Well, what'd he say?
That he knew where the diamond was, and for a price would furnish the information.
Ah. Now, I wonder why he suddenly switched negotiations from me to you.
Well, perhaps he thought it too dangerous to continue with you.
Yeah, maybe. Speaking of danger, I wish I could locate this character before something happens to him.
That's the point, Mr. Dollar. I think I know where he is.
How?
Well, he must have placed his call to me through a switchboard, because I heard an operator in the background saying, Hotel Maysfield.
Hotel Maysfield, huh? Thanks for the lead, Wentworth. I'll check with you later. I headed for the Maysfield and described the man I was looking for to the desk clerk. The clerk said his name was Krause, that he'd checked out that morning. This I didn't get because he'd called Wentworth from the hotel shortly before. I had the clerk let me into Krause's room, hoping I could find some lead on where he'd gone. I did. A scratch pad with the imprint of a pencil still visible. A phone number and a name, Cathcart Hotel. I headed there fast and was referred to room 413.
What?
Hello, Krause.
There must be a mistake. My name is Collins.
Don't give me that. Your name's Krause, and you're the guy who phoned me and said he had information about that diamond.
Oh, no. That's wrong.
Oh, come on. Let's quit playing games. When you called Wentworth a while ago, he found out the name of the hotel.
It's a lie. I haven't talked to him since...
Yeah, that's what I thought. Wentworth lied about that phone call. Why? Because he hoped I'd find you for him. But you had talked to him earlier. Yeah, the theft of that diamond was rigged between you and Wentworth, wasn't it? And you slugged him to make it look legitimate. Well? Yeah. But now you're hiding from Wentworth. Why? What happened to your cozy little partnership?
It was blackmail, Dollar.
Wentworth.
Don't move, either of you.
Well, Wentworth, it looks as though I figured you right. You thought I might have better luck finding Krause than you had, so you gave me his last known address and followed me. Now, what's this about blackmail?
I thought I could trust you, Krause.
Look, I wasn't really going to blackmail you. You got to believe that.
I think I get it now. Krause was supposed to turn the stone over to you after a decent time had elapsed. Instead, he held on to it and tried to blackmail you about your being involved in the fake robbery. That's why he pretended to open negotiations with me, to scare you into buying.
Yes, but you made a big mistake, Krause, trying to blackmail a desperate man. I had no money to pay you. I needed every cent from the insurance and from what we'd get for the stone when it was cut and sold.
Why, Wentworth? Why'd you need the money? For Eloise?
For Eloise.
Does she know about all this?
No, she knows nothing about this. But she wants so many things, and I want to give them to her. I've got to hold on to her.
Brother.
Oh, you wouldn't understand. You don't know what it's like when a girl like that gets into your blood. You're willing to do anything.
Like a couple of murders, Wentworth? You willing to add them to your list, too?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Oh, now, look, put that thing down. Why don't you stop kidding yourself about Eloise?
She loves me, Dollar. I tell you, she loves me.
Are you kidding? She told me what she loves. Mink and money. How long do you think she'd stick with you after the money ran out?
Get back. Stay where you are.
You're a thief and a fool, Wentworth, but you're not a killer.
Stay away.
So you just better give me that gun right now.
Oh.
Thanks.
You're right about Eloise. I guess I always knew it, but I just couldn't face it.
You just did.
And you were right about me, Dollar. I'm no killer.
You want to know something, Wentworth? I wasn't sure about that at all. Expense account total, including the trip home, $146 even. Remarks? Krause handed over the diamond. He and Wentworth are both in custody. It was Wentworth who beat up Mantell for hanging around Eloise. And Eloise, last I heard, she was going her merry way, having fun, as she calls it. I never did accept her invitation to join her after the diamond had been recovered. And I'm not about to. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. The origin of Hawaii's state flag has been the subject of much debate. It is now believed that it was the work of foreign advisors to King Kamehameha. Legend also has it that it was designed at the request of King Kamehameha by George Beckley, an English sea captain. The flag consists of 8 horizontal and alternating stripes of white, red, and blue, representing the 8 major islands in the chain. Also represented is the British Union Jack, a reminder of Captain Vancouver, who on his voyage around the world in 1794 gave King Kamehameha a British flag and the promise of British protection. The Union Jack is also a reminder of Captain James Cook, who discovered the Hawaiian Islands in 1778. Hawaii's state flag, the flag of the 50th state to enter the Union, was adopted in 1845. Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, well, the title of the yarn is The Ghost to Ghost Matter, and the story lives up to it. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Today's story was written by Robert Stanley. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Larry Dobkin, Forrest Lewis, Edgar Barrier, and Don Diamond. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
George Reed here.
Oh, hi, George. How are things at Floyd's of England?
Very good, as a matter of fact. Very good.
Well, now, it can't all be good, or you wouldn't be calling me.
Well, to tell the truth, I do have a small problem.
Figures.
No, figure is the word, singular.
Huh?
A small figure, a statuette belonging to Mrs. Dora Harkness Ballin down in New York.
Ballin?
Yes, terribly wealthy, but a real eccentric.
So what's happened?
The little statue I mentioned, it's gone, disappeared.
Oh? What's it worth?
Insured value is $26.50.
Wow.
$26.50.
Huh? $26.50 wouldn't even cover my expense account.
Well, it just happens that she carries hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of personal property insurance with us. But for some reason or other, she attaches particular value to this statuette.
Oh, I get it. You're afraid that if we don't go through the motions of trying to find it, she might take her insurance elsewhere.
Precisely.
Real important to you, huh?
Very.
Then I take it I won't have to be chintzy with the old expense account.
Well, now, Johnny...
Okay, George, I'll be in touch.
Bob Bailey in the intriguing adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Floyd's of England, North American Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the doting dowager matter. Expense account item 1, $7.90, taxi, train fare and incidentals, Hartford to New York. Item 2, $1 even for a cab from Grand Central Station to the address of Mrs. Dora Harkness Ballin over on East 73rd Street. It turned out to be one of New York's famous old brownstone houses, well preserved and reeking of an era long gone by. A uniformed butler ushered me into a large, high-ceilinged drawing room, and I could hardly believe my eyes. Ornate pre-Victorian furnishings, heavy red velvet draperies, huge lamps and crystal chandeliers, oil paintings all over the place, and gilded mirrors. Pretty fabulous.
If you will be kind enough to wait here, Mr. Dollar, I shall tell Mrs. Ballin that you have arrived.
Thank you.
I know that she'll want to see you. Oh, excuse me, Master Harold.
It's all right, Higgins. Has the mail come?
Would you like me to check, sir?
Yes, good idea. You know how Aunt Dora likes to see it the minute it gets here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the mail. The dear old common everyday mail. You're here to see Mrs. Ballin?
That's right. I'm Johnny Dollar.
I'm Hal Winters, her nephew.
Hi. Say, tell me something.
Yes?
About this little statue that's missing.
You mean that little chunk of pot metal that's disappeared?
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yes, just a piece of junk. But a couple of months ago, Aunt Dora decided it looked like her grandfather when he was a general back in the Civil War.
Oh? Why does she value it so highly?
I expect the general was the only Ballin who had guts enough to do anything on his own.
What do you mean?
I mean, instead of just living off the family shipping fortune. So when she suddenly decided the statue looked like the general, Johnny Dollar, did you say?
That's right.
The insurance investigator?
Yes.
Well, now, why should she bother you with it?
I don't know.
Truly, Mr. Dollar, it's not worth it. If I were you, I'd forget it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd better see if the morning mail has arrived.
Hal, just when did the statue disappear and from where?
Tana discovered it missing from the reception room yesterday morning. Now, if you'll pardon me...
Was the house broken into?
Possibly. But there was no sign of it.
How about guests?
No, we haven't had guests for a week or more.
How many servants are there?
Mr. Dollar, perhaps there's something I'd better tell you about that statue.
The statue of the general? I tell you, Mr. Dollar, you are Mr. Dollar, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
I tell you that if you don't find out who stole it and get it back, I'll cancel every bit of my insurance. Sit down.
Thank you.
Harold, my dear, ring for Higgins and have him see if the morning mail has come.
I was about to go out and look for it myself, Tana.
Let Higgins do it.
It's quite all right. I don't mind.
I said let Higgins do it.
Well, all right. But if you'll excuse me now.
Oh? Why?
Why, I'd like to go up to my room for a moment.
To call up that girlfriend of yours again? Sit down.
Yes, Tana.
You and that girl, that Nancy Gavin. She'd like to take you away from me, wouldn't she?
Aunt Dora.
Where would you go? What would you live on? And what would I do?
Darling, I hardly think this is the
Much
proper
as I
time.
like Nancy Gavin, I see no reason why I should let her take you away from me. Do you?
Mrs. Ballin, about the statue.
Yes, of course. Mr. Dollar, you are to leave no stone unturned.
Wow, now tell me.
I beg your pardon, ma'am.
Oh, Higgins, why do you sneak in on us this way? Well, what is it?
The mail just arrived, and knowing you'd want to see it.
Give it to Harold.
Yes, here, I'll take care of it. Well?
What letter?
No postmark.
But?
And it's so badly scrawled in pencil.
Well, don't bother Aunt Dora with it now.
But it's marked personal, sir.
Well, then let me have it.
Yes, ma'am.
Tonta.
You may go now, Higgins.
Yes, ma'am.
Here, Tonta, suppose you let me see what it's all about.
Be quiet, Harold. Now, Mr. Dollar.
Well, first of all, I'd like you to tell me. What's the matter, Mrs. Ballin?
Aunt Dora, what is it?
This letter.
Yes?
It's a ransom note.
Ransom?
For the return of the statuette. The general. They want $75,000.
What?
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
This letter, Mr. Dollar.
Maybe you'd better let me see it, Mrs. Ballin.
It's a ransom note demanding $75,000 for the return of my statuette of the general.
$75,000?
Yes, Harold.
Oh, they can't be serious.
For that little piece of pot metal?
Sure, they must be out of their minds.
I beg your pardon.
What?
That statue means everything to me. It happens to be a memento of my grandfather, the famous General Horace Harkness Ballin. At least it looks like him.
But good heavens, Aunt Dora, $75,000.
Oh? Do you object because it will mean that much less for you when I die, Harold?
Of course not. I wasn't even thinking of such a thing.
Well, don't. At your age, with your lack of experience and getting along on your own, money like that would only do you harm.
Would it?
Yes. You'd probably leave me, strike out on your own, perhaps even marry, and heaven only knows what would happen.
Mrs. Ballin, are you really serious about paying this ransom?
I have the money. I have it right here in the safe. And if it will bring back the general...
Look, why don't you let me see what I can do about it first?
And have it destroyed?
Destroy?
Well, here, read the letter.
It was the usual sort of thing, poorly written on cheap paper and scribbled in pencil. And it simply said that the money in unmarked bills was to be turned over to her nephew, Harold. That instructions for its delivery would be given to him later, secretly. That if he then divulged the place and manner in which he was to make the payment, his life would be in danger.
Don't you see, Mr. Dollar? If we don't do as they say, they might kill him.
It further said that if the police were brought in, the statue would be destroyed.
I have no choice, Mr. Dollar. I'll pay the ransom.
Tonta.
Harold, you will take it to them, whoever they are, when you receive their instructions.
They've threatened me.
Only if we don't obey instructions.
All right, now look, Mrs. Ballin.
Yes, Tonta, listen to Mr. Dollar.
I have told you I must have the general back at any cost. Very well. No one is to leave this house, except Harold, of course, when he is told to by the kidnapper.
Mrs. Ballin, I won't let you do this.
You what?
It's utter nonsense for you to consider paying out that kind of money for a cheap little piece of junk that can't possibly be worth anything to whoever took it. Except, perhaps, for its effect on you.
I told you, young man, it's the one priceless memento I have of the great General Ballin.
Yeah, you told me.
Very well. You are here on my orders, are you not?
Well, yes.
All right. Then you will remain subject to my orders. Very well now.
Hi, everybody.
Nancy.
Well, what's everybody looking so glum about? Hi, sweetie.
Nancy,
hello, Mrs. Ballin.
Miss Gavin? Mr. Dollar, this is Nancy Gavin, a friend of Harold.
Johnny Dollar?
Hi.
Hey, I know about you.
Nancy, dear.
You come to find that whatchamacallit that Mrs. Ballin lost?
It was stolen.
Okay, stolen.
And the kidnappers are demanding $75,000 ransom.
That's easy. Pay it.
I shall. And Nancy, you are to stay right here in this house until this whole thing is over with.
Auntie, I don't mind that a bit. Do we, Hal?
Forward, wench.
Seriously, Auntie, when are you going to let Hal marry me? Get out on his own.
And leave me? Do you think for 1 minute that my precious Harold would do that?
Why don't you answer that, Hal?
Mr. Dollar, this is none of your business. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the reason for your being here.
You know something, Mrs. Ballin? I'm beginning to think you're wrong.
You came here to find the statue that was stolen from me.
That's right. And maybe I'm on the track of it now. So how about it, Hal? Would you leave your aunt if you could? It was a wild guess, but the more I thought about it, the more I decided that Harold Winter's answer might solve this case for me. Yeah? And that Mrs. Ballin would be pretty shocked when I put my finger on the thief, the writer of that ransom note. But you know something? I was dead wrong.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the doting Dowager matter.
Mr. Dollar, this is none of your business. It has nothing whatsoever to do with the reason for your being here.
You know something, Mrs. Ballin? I'm beginning to think you're wrong. So answer the question, Hal. Would you leave your aunt if you could?
Yes. Yes, I would.
What?
You bet he would, Aunt Dora. You know he would. If you'd just break down and admit he's no longer a child to be tied to your apron string.
Nancy.
Give him a break and enough money to get by for a week or two, and he'll show you. Don't you want him to amount to anything?
Of course I do.
Well, he can't as long as you keep him tied up to you this way.
But he needs me.
Does he? Maybe he needs somebody like me. Somebody who loves him and will help him get somewhere. Help him to accomplish the things he can accomplish.
You do love him, don't you?
You bet I do.
But so do I. And he loves me.
He'd love you a lot more if he weren't so tied down to you.
Harold?
It's true, Aunt Dora.
I never knew you even thought about leaving me. About going out on your own, as you put it.
Because you never gave me a chance. Because you never thought of anyone but yourself. I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar.
What?
I mean that you've had to become involved in a family fight.
Well, I'm not. Because now I think I know where to look for that statuette.
Oh? Well, I wish you luck. Come, Nancy, I want to talk to you.
Sure, honey, I want to talk to you, too.
Now, wait just a minute.
No, Mr. Dollar, let them go.
Yeah,
because I want to talk to you.
Now, look, isn't it pretty obvious? I knew that something was wrong when I first got here. Hal hadn't known you were going to call me in. So that when he saw me here... You didn't?
No. It was my kind, thoughtful butler Higgins who called your insurance company. And he shouldn't have.
The fact remains that when Hal saw me here, he tried to stop that ransom note he'd planted in your mail.
Oh, now, wait,
Now,
please.
about that ransom note. It was badly written, much too badly written, by someone who was trying to hide his identity. I'll wager that paper it was scribbled on came from right here in this house.
Probably.
And I'll bet that if I accuse him of it, Hal will break down and admit that he wrote it.
Wait, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah?
I devoted many years to the care and upbringing of my nephew.
I realize that.
In the hope that he would someday go out on his own, accomplish something himself.
Well, now listen.
I know. Perhaps over the years I made him too dependent on
I'd say
me.
yes to that.
But that's because I am as I am and I can't change. But I kept hoping that he would change. That somehow, sometime, he would make just one desperate move to break away from me. But it would have to be of his own doing.
So?
For years, people have called me eccentric. And I've enjoyed the reputation. So I made a fuss over that cheap little statuette that I picked up in Coney Island one time as a child.
Huh?
Of course. That was the only sentimental value it had.
But according to Harold...
Oh, now, should I have picked one of the valuable artworks, paintings, or sculptures that I really care about, in my selfish way, for this little experiment?
So you gave the worthless statuette the big build-up?
Yes, and he fell for it. He believed that if it was stolen, I'd give almost anything to get it back. And then finally, he got up enough nerve to do something about it.
Now, just a minute. What you're telling me is that you're tickled pink that you've made a thief out of him.
I'm tickled pink that he's finally shown some guts and gumption. And you can't call him a thief over that piece of junk.
But it has a price of $75,000 on it. That's what he'll be stealing if you give him that money and let him walk out of here with it.
No, he won't.
What else can you call it?
I like to be eccentric, remember?
Oh, Mrs. Ballard.
So the note I'll enclose with it, you know, when he tells me he's received instructions about where and how it's to be delivered.
What note?
In it I'll say, Dear Harold, the best of luck to you and Nancy. I hope you'll be tremendously happy. And I hope that now and then you'll drop in on your loving and now somewhat lonesome Aunt Dora.
I see.
And I think I'll enclose a few extra thousand, just in case. And as a kind of extra wedding present.
Extra wedding present?
Of course. The statuette. I certainly don't want them to bring that atrocity back here.
Oh, no, well, don't...
Wait. Yes, dear?
I just wondered if Mr. Dollar has decided how he wants to proceed with his investigation.
Well, Mr. Dollar?
Hal, after getting what information I could from your aunt, what little information I could...
Yes?
Al, I've decided to give up the case.
Yes, Harold. You may as well show Mr. Dollar to the door.
Whatever you say, Tonto.
Yeah. Goodbye, Mrs. Ballard. Oh, and maybe you'd better phone the insurance company about the extra fee I'm to get on this case.
Oh, I did. Right after Higgins told me he'd called them.
But if he's giving up the case, dear...
Show him to the door, Harold.
Yes. This way, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah. Thanks. Now, you listen, Hal.
I can tell by your look that you've learned something, Mr. Dollar.
I have.
Perhaps even more than I know. So, look here.
Huh?
Do you think this will do for the sequel to the ransom note?
What?
You know, the instructions about where I'm to take the money.
Oh, now, wait a minute. You mean to say... You mean you knew...
Are you kidding? That's why I tried to discourage you in the beginning.
But will somebody please tell me why?
Tata, just being herself. You don't think for a minute she'd have just handed me the money, would have admitted she wants Nancy and me to get hitched. Don't you see? That would spoil her reputation for being an eccentric. Oh, and if you like, I'll send you the statuette when this is all over, as a souvenir.
Well, I'll be... Believe me, I've handled some pretty wanky cases over the years. But this was by long odds the wankiest. And yet, why complain when it's a good living? Expense account total, including all the incidentals I could think of, and fare back to Hartford. What? $17.80. Tommy. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, well, if you've ever read the personal columns of your newspaper, you'll surely want to hear it. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Eleanor Audley, G. Stanley Jones, Eric Snowden, and Sam Edwards. Be sure to join us next week.
Dollar.
I understand you're probably the best private eye in the business.
Well, I try to make a living as an insurance investigator, if that's what you mean.
Well, what I have in mind does not exactly come under the heading of insurance investigation.
Oh, then if you'd like me to recommend somebody to you.
But then again, it might.
What?
Does the name of Sarah Balderston Barling mean anything to you?
Yeah, wait a minute. The old dowager who owns about half of the Southern Connecticut Water and Power Company?
That's right. She's a very important client of ours.
I thought you said this matter doesn't involve insurance.
It doesn't. Yet. I hope you can keep it from doing so.
Oh, now look, if this is one of those bodyguard assignments...
No, it isn't. And incidentally, in addition to your expense account, there'll be a sizable fee for your services.
Oh? Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? How much?
$5,000.
$5,000?
But if you think perhaps I'd better get...
Don't even think of it, Mr. Wakely. I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eastern Liability and Trust Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the only one but matter. With a $5,000 extra fee dangling in front of my face, expense account item 1, naturally, was $1.10 for a cab to Fred Wakely's office in the Gregson building downtown on the square.
Glad you decided to take this on, Doc, after I mentioned fee to you.
Yeah.
Sit down, please.
Yeah, thanks.
Even money, huh?
Well,
I suppose I can't exactly blame you.
Mr. Wakely, if I ever reach the point where I can turn up my nose at $5,000...
I mentioned Mrs. Sarah Balderston Barling.
Yeah. And as I understand it, she's one of the wealthiest people we have.
Well, it's really her daughter that we're concerned about, that she is concerned about.
Oh, I don't know.
Name is Truda Lynn Barling.
Truda.
She celebrated her 21st birthday about a month ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember. That big brawl the old lady threw for her must have made the headlines all over the Eastern
brawl, as you call it, was engineered by Truda Lynn herself.
Yeah, and as I recall now, the police had to put on a couple of dozen extra men to keep things under control. Champagne flowed like
the
water.
cost of that party, including damage to the hotel where it took place, must have run to $30,000 or $40,000.
Then this Truda Lynn must be quite a gal.
It was typical of many such incidents in the life of Truda Lynn Barling. Young, wealthy, completely spoiled, and completely rebellious against her mother's recent attempts at discipline. Well, to put it mildly, she's been quite a problem. Life at home with her mother has been one continuous battle. There's been about as much love between them these past few months. And believe me, Dollar, it's been as much her mother's fault as it has been Truda Lynn.
You mean for spoiling her so badly in the first
Yes.
place?
You see, her mother's only interest in life has been in adding to the fortune her husband left her.
Well, what has happened, Fred?
5 days ago, Truda Lynn simply packed up and left for parts unknown.
Oh?
And I'm certain it was more than mere coincidence that young Harvey Howard also left.
Who's Harvey Howard?
Harvey is a worthless young playboy who's been trying for some time to marry her, and very obviously only to get his hands on her money. Also...
Yeah?
Also, Lucy Taylor left town about that same time.
Who is she?
One of Truda Lynn's playmates. A young social climber who's been practically living off her for the past 2 years. Over Mrs. Barling's strenuous objections, of course.
So the three of them have just cut loose to run off and have a fling, huh? Any idea where they might have
Dollar,
gone?
you've got to find the girl. Somehow bring her back here.
Yeah, well, now, Mr. Wakely, if she's 21.
Otherwise, my company stands a good chance of losing the literally millions of dollars worth of insurance policies of her mother's.
Yeah, but look, even for a $5,000 fee.
We'll make it 10. And must I remind you that it's hardly your place to question the reasons for an assignment given you by one of the companies you agreed to serve?
10,000, huh?
Yes.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. With no trouble at all, I found the taxi driver who'd taken the missing girl down to the railroad station the morning she'd left home. Item 2 on the expense account, a $5 tip to him for the information that she'd been met there by young Lucy Taylor and Harvey Howard. Loaded with luggage, they'd all climbed aboard a train for New York. Item 3, 45 cents for a phone call to my old pal, Lieutenant Randy Singer at the 18th Precinct, New York Police Department.
do I know who Truda Lynn Barling is.
Well, do you, Randy?
Listen, she and a couple of her little buddies blew into town less than a week ago. And they've been raising so much cane around the nightclub circuit. Well, for a while there, we were thinking of putting on a flock of extra men.
Well, do you know where she's staying?
Yeah, Johnny. An expensive little apartment house over at 727 East 51st Street.
Thanks, Randy. When I get down there, I'll buy you a drink. Item 4, $8.75 for a quick lunch, then a train down to New York. Item 5, $1.50 for a cab to 727 East 51st. A real fancy place, and the doorman wore enough gold braid to sink a battleship. I showed him my credentials, and he had the elevator boy take me up to the single apartment on the whole 7th floor.
Straight ahead, sir.
Okay, thanks.
I see the door's open like it usually is, but maybe you better ring, sir.
Yes. Miss Barling? Miss Barling? Hello? Anybody?
Precinct. Sergeant
Give
Warren.
me Lieutenant Randy Singer in homicide. I told Randy what I found. Yeah, it was the body of Truda Lynn Barling, lying there in the middle of the floor. She may have been very pretty once, but the glows from a heavy bronze candlestick had changed all that. A half-finished cigarette with a touch of lipstick on it was still smoking in an ashtray, so it must have happened within the past few minutes. Quickly, I searched the apartment. I found nothing. Then, purely on a hunch, hoping he hadn't yet left headquarters, I made another call to Randy Singer.
I was just about to grab Doc Winters and hop into a prowl car. Now, be sure you don't touch anything,
Yeah,
Johnny.
sure. Now, listen, Randy.
Yeah?
Truda Lynn came down here from Hartford with a couple of playmates.
Yeah, Harvey Howard and a washed-out blonde named Lucy Taylor.
You know where they're staying?
Yeah?
Then if I were you, I'd pick them up and bring them along with you.
You think one of them did it?
Just a hunch.
Uh-oh. One of your famous hunches, huh?
Just bring them along, will you?
Okay, Johnny, okay.
After another careful look around the apartment of the murdered girl, I questioned the elevator operator and doorman. That is, after they calmed down a bit.
Well, I still think I better notify the management, Mr. Dollar. And if the cops is coming in...
Save it till later. Is there any way to get up to that apartment besides the elevator?
Only the service entrance at the back of it. But the only way anybody could get in there is if I let them into the service entrance downstairs here. Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right.
Did anybody come here to see Miss Barling today?
Yes, sir. 2 people.
Yes, sir.
Who?
Well, you see, about 2 hours ago, Miss Barling went over to see a doctor in that building across the street. Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right. Dr. Thorson.
Been seeing him a couple of times every day.
I see.
Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right.
Then she come back here not more than a half hour ago. Said she was going to pack up her stuff and leave.
Yeah,
ain't that?
Yeah, go on.
Well, then her friend Miss Taylor come around to see her.
When?
Only a little while before you come. Ain't that right, Willie?
Yeah, that's right. Not more than maybe 10 or 15 minutes before you come.
How long did she stay?
Oh, maybe 5, 6 minutes.
Yeah, maybe less.
Maybe less.
Yeah, it seemed to me I no sooner come down and got settled, and I had to go up there when she rung the buzzer again.
You said that 2 people were up here to see Miss Barling. Who was the other?
It was a man.
Yeah,
Him and Miss Taylor both been here a lot of times.
You know his name?
For sure. Nobody ever gets in this building without giving their name unless we know him. Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right.
Well, who was he?
Name is Mr. Harvey Howard.
When was this?
Right after Miss Taylor left.
And they didn't come together?
No, sir. By the time her cab got down the street, his come rolling up.
How long did he stay?
Well, not any longer than the lady had. Ain't that...
That's right.
Then listen. I'm going across the street to see this Dr. Thorson. If I'm not back by the time the police get here, tell them where to reach me. Send for me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr.
from the first day that she moved into the apartment across the street. Sometimes a couple of times a day.
Well, what was the matter with her, Doctor?
Well, physically, she had what might best be described as a mild incipient peptic ulcer.
I see. And with all her nightclub drinking and smoking...
Strangely enough, despite Miss Barling's party-going proclivities, habits, she was quite the hypochondriac.
Oh?
Of course, all her tearing around, late hours during her first 3 days and nights here in the city did her no good.
Only the first few days?
Yes.
Hypochondriac, you said?
Yes. And as is often the case, Mr. Dollar, to someone like that, the doctor suddenly finds himself a close confidant, even on rather short acquaintance.
Go on, Doctor.
Well, in spite of telling me it was only to say goodbye and thanks, I think her visit today was more than anything else to boost her morale, self-confidence.
Why?
She'd suffered a considerable change of heart since running away from her mother.
Well, that's all.
Apparently, this was the first chance she'd ever had to really be by herself, think things out for herself. And she was getting ready to telephone and renounce the two leeches, the best word I can think of.
The two who came down here with her?
Yes, she was going to telephone them, tell them that she was through with them. Then go back to Hartford, square things with her mother, and then possibly get a job, do something to make up for all the time she'd wasted just playing around.
Maybe you don't know it, Doctor, but what you just told me indicates that if she did suddenly throw them over, either Harvey Howard or Lucy Taylor, either one of them may have killed her.
Mr. Dollar, I believe you're right.
But which one? And how to prove it? Oh, great. I thought you were going to send over for me when the police got here.
Well, I was, Mr. Dollar. Ain't that right, Willie?
That's right.
But this lieutenant said not to bother.
That's right, Johnny. Hiya, boy.
Did you get hold of the Taylor girl and Harvey Howard?
Yeah, they're inside, locked up in a couple of bedrooms. Okay. You two can go on back downstairs now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, have you found out anything?
Well, as for your hunch that this Taylor broad or this fishy-eyed Howard did it, well, it's probably a pretty good one, Johnny, but I'd like to see some proof.
Yeah, I thought you were bringing over a medical.
Well, the doc and one of the boys from the lab just left. Meat wagon will be along in a little while to take this to the morgue.
Did they find anything? Any prints?
Well, whoever did it must have worn gloves.
Where'd you find these two kids?
Well, it's Miss Taylor. Say, she's quite a dish, Johnny.
Oh?
Yeah, the kind you'd expect to pick up at the back door of a cheap stripper joint. Why a girl with money like Truda Lynn Barling would ever let somebody like that get their hooks?
Where did you find her?
In her hotel room at the Lex, packing up and getting ready to leave. To go back to Hartford, she said.
And Harvey Howard?
In his room there at the Lex, also packing to leave.
They're the only ones known to have been up here today.
Yeah, I checked it out real good with that dumb doorman and the elevator boy. And I'm sure that nobody could have gotten up here without their knowing about it.
So we've got to show up to one of these two that murdered Truda Lynn.
Prove they both did it.
When they came up here separately?
Oh? I didn't know that.
Yeah, let's talk to them.
Yeah. Just unlock that door beside you.
Right.
Oh, no police?
All right,
well, I'd like
baby,
to
come
see
on.
you prove I killed
Maybe
Truda
I will,
Lynn.
Harvey.
You think you are keeping me cooped up like this? Why don't you do something with the body of poor Truda Lynn lying there?
Your, dearest friend, huh?
Yes, of course you... Who are you?
This is Johnny Dollar, you two. He's a special investigator.
Oh? Well, go ahead and investigate, Mr. Dollar. Just keep me out of it.
All right, Harvey.
Aren't you going to serve cocktails? It's cocktail time,
I
you know.
said all right. Lucy, you came up here to see Miss Barling a little while ago.
That's right.
Why?
I've been seeing her every day since we all came down here to New York. Anything wrong with that?
You were pretty mad at her for bringing you down here and then suddenly telling you she was going to leave and go back to Hartford, weren't you?
What?
Or do you want to pretend she didn't call you and tell you that?
All right. Maybe she did. But I thought that if I could see her and talk to her, I could sort of straighten things out, you know. Only when I got here, she wouldn't let me in.
She didn't let you in?
Just slammed the door in my face, so I left.
Did she, Lucy? Then why is it I found the door ajar when I got here?
So maybe she opened it again after You weren't here?
Of course. She telephoned to me, told me the same thing.
The door was ajar.
Yes.
So you came on in?
No, of course not. It wouldn't have been possible.
Oh, no.
I rang the bell and knocked, but I got no answer. And I decided she'd already left, so I went back to my hotel and why lie about it?
Yeah. Tell us why, Harvey. Well, Harvey.
I did come in. I found her body lying here. I knew I'd be suspected of killing her. The only thing I could think of was getting away.
That's a lie. You came in here and killed her.
No.
You found her sitting here in the chair, and you sneaked up
No.
on her and...
You know something? I think she's right.
Got a pair of gloves on you, Harvey? Why, yes. I always carry gloves. Even in the summer? Of course. So you put them on to avoid leaving fingerprints. Miss Barling was sitting here in the chair, her back to the door, quietly smoking a cigarette. Yeah, I found the ashes, and the ashtray was still warm.
No, please, listen.
Wait a minute.
Huh, Johnny?
Brother, how stupid can I get?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Lucy, you swear you didn't come in here?
Yeah, I'd be struck down if I did.
Maybe you will.
I told you. Truda Lynn slammed the door in my face when I came here to talk to her. She wouldn't let me in.
Okay. Randy, that cigarette.
Yeah, what about it?
It was still burning when I got here. It had lipstick on it.
And you didn't save it, Johnny?
No, but it turns out I didn't need to.
Don't you see? What the lieutenant said was true. She was sitting right here with her back to the door.
That lipstick was yours, Lucy. The cigarette was yours.
I tell you, I swear I didn't come in here.
Not Miss Barling, Johnny?
Suffering from an ulcer, seeing a doctor a couple of times a day about it, smoking.
No, you're right. She didn't smoke.
Yeah. Want to let the lieutenant have your gloves, Lucy?
No, why?
And, Randy, you want to bet the lab will find microscopic traces of bronze on them from that candlestick she used to kill Truda Lynn?
All right, Miss Taylor. Hand them over.
Yeah, guilty as sin. But you know something? If that pretty boy Harvey had found her alive when he'd arrived, I'm not so sure he wouldn't have done her in. There are times when I'm glad I'm not rich with a bunch of these leeches hanging around grabbing a by dough. Which reminds me, that nice extra fee you promised me in this case. Expense account total, including transportation back to Hartford, $25.55. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a frantic fisherman who proves to be the key to a murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey. Originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Les Tremaine, Herb Vigran, Alan Reed, Frank Gersel, Jack Edwards, and Jack Grimes. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Jim Matthews speaking.
Kraken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Wow, hiya, Pat.
1, 2, 3 in a row.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Mysterious disappearance. 3 weeks ago, you were out looking for the beneficiary of a big policy by the name of Jonathan Doe.
Yeah, so what happened? He turned out to be a man who never existed.
I know. And then last week, it was Elmer Loomis. Find him, find his body, find out who murdered him.
Only his disappearance was rigged by himself to get away from his wife. Not very cleverly done, however.
Well, this one was, Johnny. Everybody at first.
Where?
Kerr's Ferry, New York. Little town along the Hudson over near Yonkers.
Well, if you know it was a fake, what do you want me to do about it?
Find him. Bring him in so we can prefer charges against him.
What kind of charges?
Perpetrating fraud against the insurance company. What else?
What if he hasn't collected? I'm afraid I don't get it.
You will. Come on down here to the office and I'll tell you about it.
His policy a big one?
Very.
Then you won't quibble over the size of my expense account.
I didn't say that.
But of course, that's what you meant.
Johnny?
Okay, Pat. I'll be over in a few minutes.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the little man who was there matter. 3 mysterious disappearances in a row. I almost wish somebody'd set a fire, rob a bank for a change. But expense account item 1, $1.20 for a cab to the Office of Universal Adjustment Bureau. As usual, Pat McCracken got straight to the point.
Plain as day, Johnny. Howard L. Edwards insured his life for $50,000, double indemnity.
So?
Beneficiary, his wife, Mary Louise. In other words, if he was accidentally killed, his wife would collect a cool $100,000.
But he wasn't.
He wasn't.
You sure?
Oh, the police down there in Kerr's Ferry thought otherwise at first. You know, when they discovered the way his car had toppled over into the Hudson River just above Sound.
Is that the way he staged it?
Uh-huh. But when they found out that Edwards and his wife were stony broke and had been for months, that if it wasn't for the finance company that had starved by now, well, that's what wised them up.
But, Pat, if they haven't found him or his body...
Him, Johnny, him. According to the police, his wife finally broke down and confessed that they had planned a disappearing act for quite some time.
Ah.
Oh, sure. They figured when his car was found, they'd think his body had washed down the Hudson through the Narrows into the ocean, and the company would pay off.
Yeah, I see.
Then once she got the money, well, pack up and leave and meet him wherever it was they'd planned to meet.
Would the company have paid off without a body, without absolute proof of death?
That might depend on the court, on how smart a lawyer she got hold of. But what if they did have to wait for 7 years for the statute of limitations to run out?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh, this kind of fraud has been tried before, Johnny. And sometimes, I'm afraid, probably it's been got away with. So, with $100,000 in
So, if I find him, I get that nice fat fee we were talking about.
That's right. That's exactly... No! Look, and you take it easy with that freewheeling expense account, will you, for once?
What, Pat, I never did.
Well, you find him for us, huh, Johnny? Just bring him in so we can throw the book at him.
Okay. Give me his address, whom to contact in Kerr's Ferry, and I'll see what I can do. Expense account item 2, $4.85 for a tank full of gas. I decided to use my own car, not to save money for the company, but to save time for myself. My first contact down in Kerr's Ferry was Police Sergeant Ben Ringler, who had been in charge of the case right from the beginning. Headquarters was the back room of a small brick building that served as City Hall.
All right. You know how the highway skirts the edge of the river just about town? Well, it was rainy and wet that night. He missed the curve, skidded over the edge, and rolled down into the river. At least that's what he tried to make it look like.
You mean he deliberately ran that car into the river?
Sure he did. There wasn't a sign of a skid mark.
Sergeant, how long after it happened did you find the car?
Wife said he'd left home after dinner the night before. But after midnight, she called us. Said to please go out and look for him. Like we got nothing to do but go out and look for some guy who was away from home a couple of hours.
And you found the car?
I'm telling you. Some kid who was fishing down there seen the wheels of the car sticking out of the water early the next morning after the rain.
Uh-huh. In other words, it's possible that if there had been skid marks, the rain might have obliterated them.
Oh, stop kidding yourself. Him and his wife were so broke they...
What did Howard Edwards do for a living?
Called himself an inventor. And listen, him and his wife even already had the house up for sale.
So?
Well, don't you see? As soon as she collected the insurance money, she could leave town and nobody think nothing of it.
Mrs. Edwards admit all this to you?
Oh, are you kidding?
Well?
Of course not. But when she let slip about their planning a disappearance, well, Dollar, no matter how you look at it, 2 and 2 makes 4. So don't worry, she'll admit it before I'm through with her. I've cracked harder nuts than her in my time.
Maybe I'd better see and talk to her.
Sure, go ahead. Make her break down and tell you where he's gone. If you can.
Now, just what do you mean by that?
You young kids think you're pretty smart. But, mister, you just try to get anything out of her.
Oh, I can try.
Yeah? Good luck, Dollar. You're going to need it.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Great scientific achievements usually are made through the combined efforts of many men. Such is the story of the Atlantic Cable, one of the outstanding milestones of the 19th century. But today, the name of one man remains to remind us of that venture. The organizer and director, Cyrus W. Field, a retired paper merchant who risked his fortune, sanity, and integrity in an awesome adventure that lasted 12 long years.
Field first was approached in regard to a short underwater cable to Newfoundland in 1854. After a huge investment of both money and energy, the cable was completed the following summer. Field then went to England to tackle the much larger problem of laying the Atlantic cable. Many futile attempts were made. Cable was broken. Splices were made. Cable was lost. Tempers flew, and ship captains resigned in disgust. Still, Field wouldn't give up. Finally, on August 8, 1858, it appeared that the project had been successfully completed. Cyrus Field went ashore and walked 15 miles to the nearest telegraph station. There he wired his wife, the Associated Press, and President Buchanan. He informed the president that Queen Victoria would telegraph her congratulations over the new cable. But before the Queen's message was completed, the line went dead. The much-hailed project was again a failure. Faulty insulation was blamed. In 1865, the largest steamboat afloat, the Great Eastern, made another attempt. Just 660 miles from Newfoundland, the cable parted. Inadequate hoisting tackle prevented its recovery. Field broke down and wept like a child. And yet, the very next year, he sailed with the Great Eastern for one more try. This time, every failure had been studied, every provision made. On July 27th, 1866, Cyrus Field landed at Heart's Content. After personally cabling the unbelievable news, he immediately boarded the Great Eastern, retrieved the broken cable of the year before, spliced it, and laid the second Atlantic cable. Cyrus W. Field, another American whose driving energy insisted that somehow there must be a way. Let's find it.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the little man who was there matter. Mrs. Edwards?
Please go away. Please leave me
I want to
alone.
talk to you, Mrs. Edwards, about your husband.
Why don't you, policeman, leave me
I'm
alone?
not the police, ma'am.
Oh, yes, you are. You're trying to fool me again, like the man who came yesterday. Like the one who kept calling me on the telephone all
My name is
night.
Johnny Dollar from the insurance company.
The insurance? You sure of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you put your foot in the door like that Peter Barskin yesterday...
No. Here. Here are my credentials, Mrs. Edwards.
Johnny Dollar, insurance and... Oh, please come in, Mr. Dollar. I'm so glad you've come. Maybe you can help to find Howard. I just can't believe he's dead.
Well, that seems to agree with the police theory, Mrs. Edwards.
The police. They've been terrible. They've been trying to drive me out of my mind, make me see a lot of things that aren't so. Day and night, they've been driving me crazy. Then Ringler and that no-good son-in-law, he had them put on the force, coming here, questioning me, calling on the phone in the middle of the night. Well, it's terrible. And if losing Howard wasn't enough,
You've been pretty much broken up over his death or disappearance, whichever it is. Well?
No, Mr. Dollar. What? Please, sit down, sir.
Thanks.
The past few years, Howard has been so occupied with his invention.
What kind of invention?
A machine. A device of some kind for molding plastics. I'm afraid I don't know much about it. He wouldn't tell me. Kept to himself all the time.
Well, he must have
It
at
was
least...
like an obsession with him. He was so wrapped up in it that I'm afraid I haven't been much more than a housekeeper for him these past few years.
What have you been living on, Mrs. Edwards?
And the money I had ran out. We had to borrow, but now that's all gone.
You have your home up for sale. I noticed the sign out front.
It's all that we have left.
Unless, of course, you could collect the insurance on your husband.
Yes, the insurance. Then I wouldn't have to worry anymore. It would make up for all the years of struggling along on almost nothing and skimping and...
Now, wait a minute, Mrs. Edwards.
Yes?
You sound as though you'd like to have your husband proven dead.
At least it would provide a decent living for me after all these... No. Oh, no. That sounds terrible, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
I didn't mean that I wish him dead. I only meant that, well, if he is...
When I first got here, you said you hoped I could find him.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Dollar.
Sure. So that you and he could continue this sad life of poverty and not really getting along together?
No, don't you see? We'd have money.
Oh?
Because of his invention. He'd finally found someone who would buy it for a lot of money and a lot of royalty when it's used. But now even that is gone.
Gone? What do you mean gone?
All the plans and drawings. He took them with him that night.
And just where was he taking them?
To the man, the company, whatever it was he was selling it to. At least I think he was.
In the middle of the night?
Now they're all gone, somewhere in the Hudson River.
You told the police about this?
Yes, I told Ben Ringler.
He found no sign of them in the car?
No. And that son-in-law, that Peter Moskin, he said I was lying about those papers.
All right, Mrs. Edwards, listen to me.
Yes.
Considering the relationship of you and your husband, wouldn't it be logical for him to leave you, sell his invention for whatever he could get, and live happily on the money all by himself?
And just leave me with nothing?
Yeah.
No, in spite of... Oh, no, Mr. Dollar, he wouldn't do that.
I didn't say leave you with nothing. All he had to do was make it look as though he'd been killed.
Make it look?
That's right, in a car accident.
Oh, no.
Well, that's the way you planned it, isn't it? Then you'd both be taken care of, free of each other and with plenty of money.
No, Mr. Dollar.
Didn't you admit to the police that you two planned his disappearance?
Oh, no. I told him, Ben Ringler and that son-in-law...
Told him what?
That before Howard knew his invention would work, that he could sell it, Howard did talk of going away so he could work on it undisturbed without me under his feet. That's all I said. Ben told your insurance company. Ben made it sound like... Oh, don't you believe me, Mr. Dollar?
I'll see you later. Item 3, $1 even for a bite to eat at the local lunch wagon. Then I went back to headquarters where I found not only Sergeant Ben Ringler, but his son-in-law, Patrolman Peter Barskin. I found him very busy playing checkers.
Come on, Pete. Crown me.
Yeah, Pop. There you are.
And now you can give up, like Dollar is on this case of his.
I'll set him up again.
Didn't get a thing out of Miss Edwards, did you?
Maybe I did.
Just like I told you would. Huh?
You mean you did get something out of $1?
Where's the chief of this police department?
Been away a couple of weeks. I'm in charge.
Well, if he had any sense of duty, he'd be back here.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
Pete, I mean that you and your father-in-law have considered only 2 possibilities.
Have we?
The first was accidental death.
Now, listen, I told you...
Yeah, you told me. You eliminated that.
Sure did.
The other was deliberate disappearance.
And that's what it was.
But there's another, Ben. The one I'm going to work on.
Yeah, what's that? Sonny?
Murder.
What?
That's right. Murder.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Our Constitution is a flexible document. It has changed with the changing years to meet changed conditions. An example is the way in which we elect our United States senators. When the Constitution was ratified, and for 125 years thereafter, the people could not elect their own senators. Instead, the senators were chosen by the state legislatures. The Founding Fathers believed in democracy, but they did not want their new republic to be wrecked by irresponsible mob rule. Democracy was a new form of government. Most of the voters had little knowledge and less experience in governing themselves. And so the Constitution provided that while the people could elect their representatives to Congress, they could not elect their senators directly. A century and a quarter of experience in self-government made such a safeguard against mob rule obsolete. And by 1912, the people were ready to demand the right to elect their senators by popular vote. They received this right in the 17th Amendment to our Constitution. This amendment illustrates how our Constitution lives and grows in our changing world, to the end that this country of yours and mine shall be our country under God.
And now Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I learned from Sergeant Ringler and his smarty pants son-in-law that Mr. Edwards' car had been left untouched where they'd hauled it out of the river north of Kerr's Ferry. It was late in the afternoon, but item 4, there in police headquarters, 30 cents for a phone call to another headquarters, the 18th Precinct down in New York.
This Lieutenant Singer.
Hey, Johnny Dollar, Randy, I want you to do something for me.
Johnny, long time no see.
Yeah, listen, will you? Have you got somebody in the crew who can come up here to Kerr's Ferry and give me a hand? Somebody who knows something about fingerprints?
Well, now, Johnny, it's about 20, 30 miles outside our jurisdiction.
So what?
Well, of course, some guy was off duty, maybe a real top man like Marty Levitt.
How soon can you get here?
Well, what's it all about,
How
Johnny?
soon? It's getting late. It's getting dark.
Well, a little over an hour if he can catch a train. But what kind of case...
Okay, Randy, thanks.
Now, look, Dollar. You think we can't handle these things good enough ourselves?
Yeah, Dollar.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. It was dark by the time Marty Levitt arrived, but he had a flashlight in his kit, and I brought along my own. So I drove him out to where the car sat up between the highway and the river. His examination was quick and efficient. And when he'd finished...
No, I don't get it.
What? What'd you say?
Holy. Out to wonder, a lot of cars and trucks don't miss that curve. But as to this one, Johnny, I don't get it.
What do you mean, Marty?
Johnny, I haven't uncovered a single fingerprint, except for some old ones on the gas cap, under the hood, that sort of thing.
And except for Mr. Edwards' own prints on the steering wheel and gear shift lever.
No.
Huh?
Steering wheel, gear shift, light switch, door handles, everything wiped clean.
Well, of course, this wreck was in the river a few hours. So
I don't care if it was in there a week. They'd still be on it. There aren't even any prints from whoever hauled it out of the river.
Marty?
Sure, Johnny. Somebody carefully wiped them off. And people don't do that without a reason. So, where do you go from here?
Yeah. I drove Marty into his train for New York. Then, purely on a hunch, drove over to the Edwards house. Every light in the place was on, and through the windows I could see Mrs. Edwards apparently aimlessly but frantically rushing from one room to another, then back again.
Dear. Oh, dear, this is awful. This is terrible.
Mrs. Edwards, this is Johnny Dollar.
Oh, Mr. Dollar, thank heaven. Oh, Mr. Dollar, look. I was only down to the drugstore a few minutes, not more than 15 minutes, and look what he did to my house. He ransacked it.
Who?
I don't know. It's so dark out. He ran out the back way when I came in.
Have you found anything
I
missing?
don't know. I haven't.
Is this your husband's desk?
Yes, it is.
To me, like this was the target.
The rest of the house, and the closets, the bureau.
Oh, sure. To keep you from realizing this was what he was after.
Wait. Howard kept that locked.
Yeah, but it's been broken open.
Why, even I was never allowed to look in his desk.
Did you call the police?
The police. Now, what would they do after the way they've treated me?
Cortina Plastics Company, Marino Plastic Molding Corporation, General Eastern.
They were the ones that turned him down, I think.
Wait a minute. Here's part of a letter. Another scrap caught in this crack here. Apparently overlooked it. Oh. Something Town Plastics Incorporated.
Yes, Bridgertown.
Huh?
I think that was the name of the company that was going
Wait
to...
now. Check through your local authority. Agreed to represent us these negotiations. They're incurs. So suggest you contact Mr. No wonder, Mrs. Edwards.
What? Mr. Dollar?
The man your husband went to meet that night to make the deal on his invention.
What?
Recommended by some of the local authorities, huh?
I don't understand.
Oh, believe me, he's hanged himself by overlooking these scraps of paper.
Who, Mr. Dollar, who?
When he realized how much the invention was worth, instead of negotiating with your husband, he decided to kill him. Yeah, ran his car into the river with him in it.
And you know who he is?
You'll never tell, Dollar.
Peter Barskin.
You or anybody else. See what I mean?
You know something, Pete? This isn't Gunsmoke.
What?
But if you think you can outdraw me, Pete...
Oh!
How'd you find out?
Matter of fact, Pete, I didn't know it was you until you came in here waving this gun.
Johnny Dollar, as acting chief of police for the town of Kerr's Ferry, I arrest you for the...
Oh, put that thing down, Ben, or do you want some of the same?
No, Dollar.
Cross it over. On the floor. Okay. And I not only suspect that Kerr's Ferry is going to have a new police force, but who knows? You and Pete might even share the same electric chair. Sure, it's up to the courts. But when the state police came in and found the papers on the invention hidden away in Pete's house. Oh, that invention, by the way, now belongs to Mrs. Edwards. To say nothing of the insurance money, $50,000. So, Pat, I'll let you off the hook real easy. Expense account total, including some more gas for my car to get me back to Hartford, $12.34. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Larry Dobkin, Ralph Moody, Gil Stratton, Herb Vigran, and Dick Farron. This is Jim Matthews speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.